He is.
Oh my God. I would just like to inform everybody that Dom is just a man.
Just a man.
Thank you. Hey, thank you to Giggles Fett for the great story she just told us.
Yeah.
Dom's ego is bigger than I even imagined. It's that massive.
There's no ego here, man. No ego. Just me. That's it.
My God. Hey, definitely got a crazy show on today. We were going to expand it and make it huge. We decided to bring it back down. And it's not just because the Lions won. Go Lions. It's also because maybe we have a little bit more to talk about Thrawn this week because it's coming next week. But there's a lot of things going on right now that I think we have to talk, including there's something here where I think we're going to ruin Wayseeker's day, which makes us all very happy. Also, we got a little toy report for Dom.
Nubs isn't dead, so that's
it's not Nubs. It's not Nubs, but it's something else. It's something
Not
else.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
It's the one thing that drives Wayseeker crazy, and his first appearances. And we're going to ask him what he thinks about a couple pages. Now, we're not going to spoil Thrawn here. We're not going to say that we got the books early or anything. We're just saying we're going to ask some questions, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. All right?
It's really hard to spoil a story that's been released like 4 years.
Yeah, I understand that, but we don't do that. You know, we've never done it, so we're continuing to keep.
We're still doing that.
Sure, I text Pete and ask where the wheel is, but if we can't, we'll just have people. Okay. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do the thing where we just up and down the chat and I call it out, and we random pick with somebody that we actually like instead of picking BK, who we absolutely hate. Besides that, let's say hi to the chat real quickly. Sorry, we're doing all of our housekeeping, but damn, that was funny. I'm just a man. It's time for the week again. Thank you, Tommy Longbox. Dark Side crew, assemble and fulfill my thirst for all things Star Wars. Do it. Cheers, cheers. Cool, we will. I think really closely, we will. Yeah. Tom's getting back to the gym. Have a great show, guys. Catch you in the
Dom's been too much in the gym, I think.
He needs to get back to the gym more. Catch you in the rewind. Peace and cheers. Vader Prime. Thank you, Vader. Ruben, SW Sunday with the only Dark Side crew. Hey, Ruben, are you getting a day off soon? Can't wait for all the laughs and what comic keys I need to buy now. It's interesting. So we're going to do that section, where it's like, how low has it gone? And a spoiler alert, Wayseeker was throwing up the red flag that we might need to be buying some key comics. So there we go. We might. Oh, and by the way, another one. They maybe throw that on the thumbnail real quickly. I know most of you don't know what that book is, but we will talk about it. And there's a reason why we will talk about it. Okay. High thumbs up, GTK Comics. Thumbs up, high GTK Comics. Thumbs up, GTK Comics. AOA. Still awake. Sorry work's going so hard for you. Follow at Tommy Longbox. Thank you. Follow at GT Comics. Final. Thank you, Ruben. Follow Darth Ruben. Dom on IG. He's just a man. And Sticks. There you go. And Johnny Johnson. And Wayseeker. And me. And Eric. Lions football. Yes. Holy heck. How about them Lions? What?
No, I'm just saying. I'm looking at Dwayne Scott. Yes. Wait,
don't ruin the chat.
The Lions are they're going to meet their demise next week against the Niners.
I'm actually happier with that lineup.
Well, listen, they already ruined it. They already mentioned that it's going to be the Ravens and 49ers Super Bowl. It's already posted. That Maria McIntyre. Freaking,
is this another one of your Instagram spoilers?
Nope. I'm telling you, it's fixed. The fix is on.
They changed around the color. Oh my god.
Niners and Ravens. That's going to be a Super
This
Bowl.
is what the show is. I mean, you should have seen chat this week. It was ugly.
I didn't really look much at chat this week, so it's just like every other week. Happy Darksiders. Hey, OG Fanatic. This is the show that I was told to watch. Hopefully, I don't fall asleep before it's over. John, thank you. Hopefully, you don't.
Thank you, sir.
Yo. Hey, Gonzo, where you at, bro? I was thinking about you the other. Oh my god! For those people that don't know, if you're not an OG Darksider, like way back when, there's a guy named Gonzo. He used to do our toys for us. He used to do Black Series all the time. I actually was watching him. He broke off into a channel. He was doing some good stuff. He was doing like during the pandemic, was doing toy box opening and stuff. He started doing like photography and posting and stuff like that. Was doing a really great job. What's been up, man? Long time. Yeah. Hello, all. Hello, Kingdom of Nerds. Does Wayseeker have to go out in sunlight?
Try not to.
Who's also watching the Bills Chief game? I am not, Gonzo, but I did say that the Chiefs were up. Artrell, what's up, everyone? I hate the Bills, but they are looking good. Are they? I mean, Kansas City's kind of got some soft issues this year. Terry Floyd, hello, all. Terry, what the hell is going on with you? Is that an incel hugging a...
It's a
What
pillow.
is that?
It's
Is that
an anime
Nixon?
pillow.
That's Nixon with an anime pillow.
Yeah.
Which,
Yep. That's a little odd, but okay.
all right.
That's a little weird, but I'll allow it.
No, hey, listen. He knew about our channel way before.
Knobs will be frozen in carbonite. What is
Yes!
Never gonna happen.
Yes.
that? Lions. Oh, hey, Gonzo, I'm all in on Pokemon now. He's doing all callbacks. He's doing callbacks to a lot of old stuff I used to do on a different channel.
Yeah, Wayseeker. Not to break your balls or anything, man, but somebody's going to eat that little blue fur walk. Okay, that's all I'm
No,
saying.
Never. Never.
Something's going to make that dude a morsel.
He's gonna take out Anakin Skywalker.
The Doctor Who content
It's-
last
we
week
need
got
sticks.
No,
Where
we
are you?
don't. He needs to be not on the air anymore. He's been banned. Fix Jerry. Yeah. I saw the picture. Someone took a picture of the TV. Yeah, I saw that somebody took the thing and switched it around to change the colors for that too. Whatever. You're watching just for Taylor Swift.
Most
Okay,
people
cool.
are.
That's it.
Is that what it
Those
is?
Swifties.
No, I think there's some Bills fans and there's
All a
maybe-
bunch of Swifties here. No.
Yep. Except for Marco.
There's,
Marco doesn't understand it.
Oh, I understand it. It's all about being a
Those are
Karen. She is. She is. She's the OG Karen. She is. 100%.
She is
Just because
really
you
not.
Wayseeker, just because
You
You
you're
are
have
so
the Karen
disrespectful
haircut.
right now.
She
What?
doesn't have the Karen
So
haircut.
disrespectful.
dude. All her songs that I've ever heard are how she wants to talk to a manager.
Hey, she is a performer and she gives the people what they want, and everybody goes home happy.
She has a bunch
Nobody-
of Karens.
Karen doesn't give anybody what they want, and nobody leaves happy. Everybody leaves happy with T
John,
Swift.
my brother's a diehard
Oh, shit.
Buffalo Bills fan, and my father was, and my nephew. So they're all Buffalo Bills fans.
Dude, I'm telling you, all she is a big old Karen, and I know you people love Karens, so you love her.
She's not a Karen.
She is.
She
She
just
is.
epitomized emo music.
Now she's asking, hey, when the Chiefs leave, she's going to ask to talk to the manager too. I guarantee it. She's going to ask to talk to the manager.
I want to speak.
Absolutely see a manager. Can I see a manager, please?
100% agree.
Can we go to the
They're
news?
calling-
What?
They're calling you a Swiftie, Marco.
Yeah, Gonzo's just
Yeah,
messing around.
This is what we're doing to Marco right there.
No, we're not. No,
Boom,
not
this
doing
man.
All day.
I don't look. I get that the Karens love Swiftie. What I don't get is why you guys love her so much.
Because she's good. She is good. She's probably the best pop artist of our generation.
Hold on. I don't know because I don't know that much, but the few songs I know about her, all she's doing is crying about
Hey,
how
listen,
some
Marco,
dude, it's
sit
this
there
guy's
and
fault.
listen.
Everything's wrong.
Listen
Blah, blah,
to
blah,
our
blah.
music on
Do you not
Spotify.
Wait,
understand what all music has ever been? Pretty much, it's all been about love and relationships.
Hey,
Like
That's
this is
the
all
hair
80s
band.
music.
Hold on now.
Come on now. This
No.
is a horrible take.
No.
This is a horrible take, Marco.
That's not true.
Right out there.
Hey, no, whoa. Let's slow down. A lot of times you'll hear a back and forth of like, hey, I could have done this better, or hey, I'm sorry I did this, or hey, this person was a dickhead. But it's one song. Her whole shit is everybody's to
You don't
blame
listen to
except for
Journey?
me.
Every Journey song is about somebody loving, touching, squeezing somebody else. That's their song. That's their stick.
They only have one song. They only have one song.
That's every Journey song.
Stop.
And look how big that
Believe
was.
it.
5,000 times
Till
more
I get
downloads
the
than
feel.
Journey.
I just thought it was a bunch of incels complaining that they never got any, like they lived in Arizona and they never got any loving. That's all I thought it was. That's all I thought it was. One
Dude,
song. That's
She's
it.
loving, touching, squeezing another.
I hear.
Listen. When as a teenager and a youth and in my 20s, I wasn't just like sitting in my bedroom, hugging my own pillow, listening to fucking Journey, bro.
You
I
totally
don't know
were.
what to tell you.
You totally were.
You
We know
totally
have
were,
all
Marco.
the-
You
all
totally
the-
were, Marco.
You
Yeah.
listen to this. Someday
You're just
we'll
jealous.
find
You're
you.
jealous.
Real quickly, hold on. It'd be easy for you guys to say that if we didn't have cameras on. All right, let's get into news.
All right.
Journey has more than one song. I didn't even know that shit.
I start hearing "Don't Stop Believing" and I think Tony Soprano. I don't-
No, stop. That's the only song I know.
I mean, that's about Detroit, right? That one
Small
song?
town boy, born and raised in South Detroit.
Yeah.
There's no South Detroit, by the way. It's called Canada, motherfuckers. Like, yeah. Hey, once again, ain't never been here before.
Open arms. Come on.
All right. Right off the top. Would this be better? Came out this week, confirmed by Jodie Foster that she turned down and was offered at first the role of Princess Leia. Would you have liked Jodie Foster as Princess Leia?
No.
What's up, Dwayne Scott?
I like Jodie Foster.
I like Jodie Foster. Don't get me
Wasn't
wrong.
Jodie Foster younger? She was younger.
Yeah,
at the
she
time
was
of
younger. She
Yeah.
was younger than Carrie Fisher.
Yep.
She was 16.
Yeah, but that was like she's already done. Wasn't this already confirmed like years
Carrie
ago?
was 18
No, it was a
on
rumor.
the first
She just
Star Wars.
confirmed it for the first time. It's been a rumor for a long
She
time.
confirmed it, but I thought somebody else.
Well,
That's
She
right.
would be still alive.
Because I know she tested for it, right?
She's promoting Homeland right now, and she said she was offered it and she turned it down.
Oh, she was offered.
She offered it.
I know she tested for it. Okay,
No,
I didn't know she
it
was offered.
given to her. It was her role to take.
Thank God she didn't take it.
Thank God.
But we still had her. You know, I know that not her, but the fact that she's been still around because it did more content with Princess Leia.
Yeah, Justin, I got it. Yeah, thought it was too. That's why I had to get back on track.
I don't know. I mean, I
was
think she could have.
Princess
I think
Leia.
she could have pulled it off. It would have changed her whole career. So, I don't know.
Okay, look at a map real quickly. Look where Detroit is, and look where Canada is.
Canada's north of Detroit, Marco.
No, we have to go south from where I live to get to Detroit.
Nope.
We have to go through
Canadian.
Detroit.
Canadian.
Yeah, not that part of Canada.
Canadian.
Here. Look. So right here, I'll draw a map. Go ahead. Let's keep going. I'll draw a map for you.
Yeah, I don't think this would be good. This would be really bad. Carrie Fisher, Silence of the Lambs would be a horrible movie.
Yeah. What?
Please.
Why?
Did you guys watch the one woman show she did right before she died? That piece was hilarious because she talks about her family.
We would still have a princess. They're right.
We would still have a princess, but I don't think would we? Because
I don't know.
Would have gone 3. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, no offense to Jodie Foster, but would we have 3?
But see, that's the thing. I think Jodie Foster wanted to continue. I think she, it would have been good, but I think she would have that's it. It should have been done.
No, I mean, you got to understand. She'd have been 16. Like, yeah, we've got 3. She wasn't big yet. It would have been the trajectory of her career would have been completely different.
See, Carrie was 18 for the first Star Wars movie. She would have been 16 had she taken the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right, hold on.
Dom would much rather see which one in Slave Leia's outfit. That's the real.
Carrie
question for
Fisher.
Dom.
Carrie Fisher was great in the Slave Leia outfit. Yeah, Jodie Foster.
Carrie Fisher looked good in the white with the no bra on too. So
Yes.
By the way, she says in her
What's
show.
going on?
She
Yeah,
said
nice
in her
buttons.
show that
Nice
the only
buttons.
reason there was no bra in that costume is because George Lucas told her there was no underwear in space.
There's a map, just so you guys know. Detroit is north of Canada. The end.
That is not Canada, Marco.
That is. Yeah, there was. It's 100%. That, believe me. Hey, I'm gonna take the advice of the people that are from the area. To go to Canada, you go south. This is 100% of math of it. There it is. There's the connection. There's Detroit.
You gotta
There's
go
South.
down. You can go down. Yes, you can.
It's here from Detroit. You have to go down to get to Canada. Yes.
Detroit's in Michigan. Canada's north of me.
No.
No, it's not.
All right, let's back to
Whatever.
Yeah, back to
Whatever.
that.
back to news.
News.
All right, so this put Dom in a tizzy this week, like a huge tizzy. I don't know about all of what's going on, but Lucasfilm came out because there were some trollers who said the Rey movie's been canceled, been delayed, all this stuff because people are trolling Rey. It was the week of hating women if you're certain Star Wars fans. And so Lucasfilm, for the first time ever, came out and said, like an hour later, that's not true. The Rey movie is right on track. It hasn't been delayed. It's going where it needs to go.
Well, listen,
Stop making a big deal of nothing.
The sad thing is that Disney doesn't know from their mistakes. Rey should have been the last movie made, not the other movies, because of the problems that The Rise of Skywalker, even though it made over $1 billion.
Dom, I killed you on the chat on this. Please line this one up so I can knock it out of the park again.
Well, I'm just saying that the
we heard what you're saying.
That went
We're
with Rise
getting
of
a lot
Skywalker.
more Ray.
They did not want Rey first, but you know what?
I
You'll
want
see.
Ray. Ray's not the problem. And Ray, you can't tell the future of Star Wars without Ray.
100%. Here's the problem. Well, you could get through that, but here's the problem with it. The problem with the movies were the writing. As long as J.J. Abrams never writes another fucking thing for Star Wars, I'll give anything a shot.
There you go. I completely, utterly agree. J.J. Abrams has good starts, but cannot stick a landing.
How about this? How about I put a little wager in?
Oh, I don't want to take your money.
A wager that what's his name that did the freaking that's writing it leaves because they're too difficult to put in the script.
No. He might leave. He might leave, but the reason is because he's on so many other projects. He's even said that. Like right now, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do a draft.
Ready, one of the drafts he put in. They said no.
They did not. That is not what he said. He said he hasn't turned in a draft. He even came out this week too. There's been no. This is what they said. No draft has been turned in. We have not rejected anything. All these YouTubers that you listen to were wrong. Right?
No,
now,
they just have to. Dom, which one's more? Right
now, he is working on the new Peaky Blinders movie.
Peaky Blinders.
He's got a script that he's working on for that right now. When he's done with that script, he's moving on to this script.
Dom, which one's more realistic? The guys that you watch that get your blood boiling and need more clicks for you to do that, or are right who have no affiliation with any of this, no writers, they've never had any person of relevance on their channel. Not one. They can look. We had a new artist on our channel. They couldn't even get that. They couldn't even get. They can't get a single person. Hold on, Dom. Hold on. They can't get a single person to ever verify a single fucking word they say. And they'll put shit. They'll put anybody. By the way, we've had offers from other people in Star Wars affiliates to come onto the channel. They can't get a single motherfucking person there. Those people drop out of the fucking sky. Right? You just have to have the right one on for your shows. They can't get a single one. Yet the people that are in the know doing the project say, yeah, they're making shit up, bro. And your thing is like, oh, well, that must prove that they're right. Tell your boys that you're watching, if they're so right, and I'll publicly apologize to them, get one fucking person. Get an extra. Get some fucking buddy to verify any fucking... Dude, get the guy that gets the fucking donuts for the rewrite Pierce in the truck. Okay. Anything, Dom. Okay. Anything.
The one thing I have to say is that I have never seen a...
No, he's watching just bad channels.
What?
I have never seen a company that has so many people that they freaking let go, throwing scripts away than any other company in the world. They don't know what they're talking. Some of the scripts that was done before, they should have did.
Which one? Which one, Dom? Which one? No, you didn't read Duel of Fates, Dom. No, you didn't.
I read it.
Dom, you couldn't have read Duel of Fates because if you actually read Duel of Fates after the beginning 2/3, which would have been longer than the fucking Snyder cut, he went dog shit ass crazy, and all of a sudden, aliens, I'm talking like from Alien the movie, not Star Wars motherfucking aliens, were fucking coming out of the sky. Bullshit was happening where, by the way, you hate that Rey started using the Force. All motherfuckers were using the Force. Force just started exploding out of people. Shit was crazy. And by the way, even after 6,000 motherfucking pages, and by the way, I enjoyed the first part. Guess what the ending was, Dom? 4 years of writing. 4 years. No, 4 years that we know he was supposed to be writing. He actually had the project for 8 years. After 8 years, tell me the ending of Duel of Fate, please, Dom. Well, you can't because there was no fucking ending. There still wasn't any fucking ending. There's a greater chance of there being an ending to Game of motherfucking Thrones than there is an ending to Duels of Fate.
Listen to me.
People can't hear you. Turn up your microphone.
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah, I don't. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, but other people in chat asking you to turn up your microphone.
I'm not yelling at clouds, JJ.
The whole fact is that this company has friggin' goddamn went through friggin' directors, writers, so much, and they still can't get the shit fucking right. That's what I'm trying to say.
They've gotten some right.
Listen,
They got a couple Mando. They got some animations.
I have nothing against with her. I have nothing. What I have is against the company that doesn't know how to do a Star Wars movie.
They do. They've done good movies. They've just done some bad ones.
Hey, they did Rogue One. Hey, they did Rogue One.
No, Rogue One was awesome.
They did the Han Solo story. Good
Solo,
movie.
I like Solo. But
Wait, you just said none though. You just said none.
About the trilogy. The sequel trilogy was
it was bad. We agreed about that.
Everybody agrees with that.
That doesn't mean they give up.
Part of the problem with that is they had writers that were not finishing projects. Dom, you are the first person to say, I want projects finished. And now we had a guy writing for 8 years, Dom. 8 years. He literally had a script. If you read Duels of Fate, that was so I had to download it illegally. I didn't do it, but if I did, I downloaded it illegally 3 times because it kept getting wiped out because the shit was so long. It'd be up for 3 days. I sat there reading. Shit wasn't done. Reading. Shit wasn't done. And they pulled it down. Third time, reading. Finally got to it, and it just stopped. It stopped, bro.
Look, I know that. But there was it's just
wow. How good can it be with no ending, Don?
My main problem is that why put out a movie with Rey and the sequel trilogy characters after you?
Because there's a lot of people, Dom, not me.
They got a lot. They got a lot riding on Rey still. They got Galaxy.
There's a lot of people that like
it. They got the future riding on Rey. They got
a lot of people that like Rey, dude. Not us. Not
you,
us.
Dom, but lots of people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's terrible, but I'm not.
And this goes in the next story. This week, the Star Wars trolls, which they're out in full force this week, claim.
Yeah, they must have dropped a video. Dom's buddy must have dropped.
They claim this week that women don't even watch Star Wars, and they created a whole movement.
That actually came from a psychologist that was on a certain person's channel.
Yeah,
this woman said straight up, but then she admits afterwards that she's never even seen Star Wars, so she can't speak really for women that would see or not be part of Star Wars.
That's a good point. She's the only one.
But a cool thing came out of it, and I think this has been cool all over social media. Is a movement called Star Wars is for everyone, and I think that's important. Star Wars is for everyone, and so all these female fans, like hundreds of thousands of them, posted on social media.
Well, I mean, that's just
why they love Star Wars. And
I don't even care about all this nonsense. You don't even look. This is the one difference. The guys that Dom's listening to, the guys that are saying this dumb shit, they obviously have never been to a celebration. They actually probably never ran into a woman in their life. But if they have, they definitely haven't been to a celebration. Just go to a celebration sometime and then tell me there's not female fans.
But I'm not even the whole fact is with these guys.
No, just do that.
I may watch a YouTube video here and there, but I'm just saying, not everybody can be wrong about what's going on with freaking Disney and what's going on over there. Come on.
Those people can because Dom, time after time after time for years you've come on this show and I've let you go after it for a little bit, and every time you're wrong, and then it's but it could have been, but it should have been. Well, it's because of this thing that never really happened, and every time it happens, I'm asking for one time. Dom, I'm not shitting on you. I'm just asking for one time. So yes, they 100% make whatever little money they make off of by telling lies to people like you. They'll be like, well, they can't always be wrong. Eventually they're going to be right. And they just keep being wrong.
They just keep being wrong. Today.
Not them. They're not even a broken clock. They're garbage. They're trash. They're never right.
Yeah.
Never. Dom, if they were right, I would tell you they're right, bro. They're never right. There's not once you've come to us and the shit's been right.
And you got to understand, and this is something we want you to see. These Star Wars fans, they're horrible. They're horrible people that aren't even trying to lead people in the right.
Yeah.
It is really, really bad. And it's really hurting the Star Wars fandom. And I'm glad we're seeing people come back and say, no, that's not okay.
But it doesn't work because Dom's a fan of Star Wars too, and he's still falling into this trap of people who are not Star Wars fans telling him why his Star Wars is wrong. And that's a problem. I don't care about this nonsense here. Like, I mean, no offense, it's not nonsense. People got all their types of feelings. That's great. I bet you Taylor Swift was at this thing too. But my point is, like, dude, that it doesn't even have to be about that. Just go someplace. Go someplace, dude. That's it. That's all we have to do. Oh,
So here-
Wayseeker, come on, dude!
No,
now
it's
you've gone
all
too
Ray
far.
week this week. I have.
You
to
have
go
gone
with the
too
news.
far,
The
Wayseeker.
news. I broke it up. Daisy's getting a massive $12.5 million contract to play her role, is what it is. And also, this is what Dom's going to be mad about. She's going to be the feature one, and Sean Levy's.
You're about to be suspended, Wayseeker.
So
This
not
is
just
3
one Ray
full
film, but 2. And
time.
I'm glad for this. They are all in on Ray. And
You
the
better
people
not be
that
glad
like
when that shit's. You better not be glad when if the shit comes off bad. Like
No,
it's not
I
a Ray
think it
problem.
won't
Hold
be.
on, it's not a Ray problem. But if they get one bad writer on that fucker and do what they did with the sequels and have 3 bad writers in a row, you're not going to be happy. We've seen bad writing through Star Wars. I do not want long-term contracts to anybody. Just give me one-off projects. Keep it moving. I don't need a
They are
fucking
one-offs.
trilogy.
They're one-offs, but they're 2 people writing Ray stories.
I don't know. That's exactly how they did the sequels. It was supposed to be 3 people, Wayseeker. That was a failing formula.
These are not sequels to each other. They're just.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still a failing formula, dude. You don't need that. Give us one character. Give us another character.
Story. I don't care who you put in the story.
You do care who's putting in the story.
You
because
do.
want
You
it to
do.
be
You
Ray.
Ray's character, just the way they wrote her, and they
don't have the writer coming back.
Story.
They don't have a writer coming back, so you don't have to worry about that.
So
What I'm saying is, I rather do stuff like if you look at their recent success. Guess what their recent success has happened? This is a fair point here, Dom. So you can run on this one. Their recent success has been on Rogue One, a one-off story with different writers. They brought the character back in some other stuff. Doesn't matter. Brought some of the characters back in other stuff later down the road. Doesn't matter. But it was a one-off. The solo story. Marketing aside, people thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Yes.
Okay? One-off story. Didn't have to do much into it. Can keep it going. Got rid of the directors, everything else after that, and gone on. They can bring it back later for some other stuff. Setting up expectations of multiple movies on a character, no matter how popular it is, i.e., Boba Fett, I don't want to see it because if you screw Boba Fett up the first time, I mean, what are they going to do? Now they're trying to redeem. They're going to try to redeem Boba Fett. And by the way, that's where your argument comes in foul about Rey. Dom, they did a shitty job writing Boba Fett. So now you don't want to ever see Boba Fett again?
It's my character. That's the character I grew up and loved.
And that's how other people feel too. And I think that what Lucasfilm believes, rightly or wrongly, and I think they're right.
I think they're
Rey
wrong.
is a huge part of the future because the Star Wars fans that are younger than us, they love Rey.
I will tell you this. I think they're on the right track when they start getting into the High Republic era because they can combine the 2 bridges of older fans and younger fans, even with your the dog thing we make fun of all the time, or bear or whatever.
He's Pobian.
Yeah, whatever. The blue teddy bear. Like when you create a bond between the 2 fandoms, I think we can have more success on it. There has you can't have your kids watching Andor, but Andor's good. So you could give some of that. You can give a Rey movie to some of the youth.
I enjoyed Andor. I liked Andor.
I'm not asking that.
What I'm saying is Andor does not span the generations. It just doesn't.
A Rey movie isn't going to either, Wayseeker. It's just not.
I think it will.
Won't. It's not going to. It's not going to because they're either going to fill it with nostalgia points that younger fans just don't give a shit about, or they're going to make it so geared towards younger fans and their fandom that older fans are just going to be like, not my Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where you could come up with.
They're going to come. Star
If
Wars.
you could break off the Skywalker saga.
You
could break off the Skywalker saga and just come up with something more reasonable, I think we can be okay with it.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Okay.
Lily Gladstone revealed this week that it was Ewoks because of their ties to indigenous people of Northern California that inspired her to pursue acting. And I thought this was really cool. She talked a lot about how George Lucas's love of indigenous peoples and the bridging of cultures and the amount of work that he did specifically to base the Ewoks off of indigenous cultures. I know the Ewoks get a lot of bad hate. She talked about how as a kid and as a young adult, this is her inspiration in acting. And so it was a really neat story to see a really prominent indigenous actor link their love to Star Wars to Ewoks. And it was something that I didn't really understand, the indigenous ties that Lucas brought in. to Ewoks, and I just found that really fascinating myself. So
What's with
This
the
is good.
Purgos and cats? I don't get what's with the Purgos and the cat or the little.
I think it was just the background. It was a question on who
What does it have to do
inspired
with
her.
Look, you see, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm happy that they do this, but at the same time, this becomes bigger than what the movie or what everything is. That they put indigenous people inside the thing, right? They talk about indigenous ties, and they talk about this when, like the director of Ray, that she came out and they ran something that she said a long time ago. She's the first woman. These are the things that have nothing to do with a movie, making a movie.
Dom, the Ewoks.
Dom, I
This is
think you're
Ewoks we're
misunderstanding.
talking about here.
Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding.
We're
She's
talking
saying,
about Ewoks. Ewoks weren't a big deal. I didn't even know they were an indigenous.
no, yeah, I think a lot of people were actually kind of making fun of George and saying he was being a little bit racist by using those characters because he was making them like that. And she's saying no, Dom. She's saying no, that her being an indigenous person saw that. It was like, oh, that's cool because they can relate to us. Us people who are not didn't know that it was related to that type of thing. And we're like, oh, I think it's exactly the opposite of what I think it's proving the point, your point, but also proving the point against yourself. You're saying, hey, don't do something. And she's saying, yeah, hey, look, everybody was saying this is like something racist. She's saying it's not. She's saying it's not. No, Dom, that's what she's saying. But that's what she's saying.
I'm not saying about because I think it's racist or I think it's anything like that. I would think the fact is that when you put real life stuff, like when you talk about identity politics and you put that into everything, that's the problem what's going on in America with these movies.
That's not what that.
Dom, that's not even what this is about, Dom. And actually, it's the complete opposite. Whatever you just said, because this is about Ewoks back in the 80 movie, back in the 79 movie, Dom. In the 79, not nowadays, in 79. And she's saying because it was there, that made her want to be part of acting. And she has become a professional actress.
Okay,
This is a feel-good story, Dom.
No, Dom. So that's not today. That's like, yeah, that's like back then they had this in there. Not they're changing around stuff for nowadays. You get what I'm saying? It's always been there. But your opinion now is changing. Not what's always been there, Dom. It's always been there. Because this broad looks about 50. So, and I don't know if she is or not.
Yeah,
She isn't.
it was.
She got an old face.
I didn't realize this. I found that really interesting and inspiring. So this was good.
JJ's coming out to regulate. All right.
JJ's got Swifty coming on to fight you. Right
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Swifty? All right. Go ahead.
R2D2 Loungify Backpack is now available for the first time at Galaxy's Edge.
Why
If
are
you're
these so
waiting
expensive?
for an R2D2 backpack? You can
Because
pick it up
they're
now for
actually
$75 at the parks. only.
$75.
They're part of Funko. Funko, it's Funko's bag line that they had. So Funko is the founding people behind Loungefly.
Are they normally 75 or are they normally
Yeah.
like
Oh,
45?
they are
Yeah.
normally 75, but the exclusive ones sometimes are.
I
Yeah.
have some Boba Fett ones. I have an exclusive one. Actually, they've been on sale. A lot of them have been on sale lately, which just wait. They'll
Nice.
probably go on sale. You'll probably
They
get them
will
on
in about a year. It takes them about a year to go on sale, but yeah,
And they're the tiny ones, right? They're not like real backpacks.
Oh, yeah,
sale.
they're
No,
small.
they're little bags.
they're like man purses.
like a backpack or a purse.
It's a backpack.
It's too small to actually be a backpack. Like you can't get anything in there. You can't fit a computer barely in there
So why would you buy it?
because there's Star Wars. You don't understand.
Status, Marco. Status.
Come on, like look at it. It's itty bitty.
Yeah.
It's like the size of You can't fit anything in it.
Look, at least when I buy my wife expensive ass purses, she uses them.
Hey, Marco, put me up on the picture.
I can see it. Yeah, you got it, bud.
Yeah, it's like so. I have it in a protector.
You use that, right? On
Nope.
your days off and stuff?
Dude, could you imagine how small that thing must look on Dom's back? I think you got it tiny.
Walking around.
Dom,
Keep your
Dom hits the
sandwiches in
subway with it. You know, and
Nah,
That's kind of cool, but like I don't know what the purpose of it is.
people collect these. And look, it's like it has like the lounge
There's-
fly.
I almost
Sure.
bought the Ventress one because the Ventress was on sale for half off. And I
How
did.
much room does that take up? That seems like it takes up a lot of room.
Wayseeker.
They're coming out with the nubs?
A nubs, yeah.
Oh, I might have to buy nubs.
No, get out of here, Dom. Stop teasing him like
We
that.
might have to get 2. One for me and one for the kiddo. Kiddo will use theirs.
One for me.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Oh,
like.
we
a
got
little
some Charles
kid.
Soule. We got two slides of Charles Soule. Charles Soule came out with his big year to come newsletter, kind of highlighting some of the big projects that are on the way for comics and books and other
Purse
things.
for your purse.
Charles Soule did say a cool surprise is coming with issue 50. I'm hoping that cool surprise is actually that it's the end of the Star Wars run, or at least his involvement. I don't know, but
Hopefully.
I think it's time to put us out of our misery and to end
I would agree.
this time period.
They have to go to Return of the Jedi period now.
They don't have to do anything.
That's not what he said, Dom. You want to know how bad it was, Dom? He goes, "There's so much more story I can tell between now and Jedi."
He did. He did. He did. He said he had so many more stories on the back
Oh,
burner.
so many more. I think we're all with Dom on this one. Dom, I think we're all with you on this one. We're good. We're good. Dom, we're good.
Yeah.
Dom's right. I said it. Mark it down. Dom's right. We're good. No, thank you.
The comics have been a real disappointment.
Some of them have.
I
Some
know
of
the
them.
High Republic and I know
Yeah. No, the Star Wars line has been a disappointment for a while. It really has.
Look, there's only so much you could do with the characters.
There is, I guess, but Dom, last week, how hyped were you for that Sith thing? How hyped were you after it came out? We got one episode. I mean, it's
They were
gonna be
good. I actually thought it was good. Good episode. I think it was good. And I looked
It didn't go any place, and it's gonna be done in like a day. Like
I know.
it's literally gonna be done next week.
I think at some point too. I mean, I don't want to like talk for Charles Soule or anything, but like, I think some point like the creativity or something kind of gets flipped to autopilot when you keep doing like Luke and the Skywalker saga in that same time period.
I don't think so. You've never talked to him before. I think he thinks he is coming up with the greatest idea.
I'm not saying he
I mean,
knows.
he thought the same thing about Poe Dameron comics.
Subconsciously,
Too,
it gets switched to
So
autopilot.
those things went on for like 25 issues too long for Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
Easy.
all right, what are we gonna do? What's the secret project this guy's working on?
All right. So Charles Soule said that he's doing a new comic that he's going to begin writing in April. So it's not coming out in April. He's beginning writing it in April. About a character that people have been longing for years. So we'll start
Star
there.
Wars comic or just a comic?
Star Wars comic, yeah.
Wait, what do you say again? Say this. This is no. So I when he says that, he's from Michigan. He used to be a lawyer here, right? When I hear it in his voice, and his voice is one of those like. You ever run into like when you were probably in your like 16, 17, you go to a comic book store and those were the nerds like JJ playing like the games and drinking balls, and they were like. They had that how JJ got that like sarcastic ass tone every once in a while. No offense, JJ, just calling you out on it. Yeah, that's the tone that he speaks in all the time. No. You've never met this man before. He has that like, hey guys, well I know what the Black Diamond Locust is, and you got. How do you not know what the black? How do you not know the Black Diamond Locust magic card? Everybody knows
the diamond part of it. But
okay. I drink balls.
Hey,
not that you drank balls, JJ. I'm just saying.
It's going to be the Princess
So
Leia
I
or
think
Sabe.
I know what it is. But maybe I'm wrong, but I'm usually right about these things.
What is it?
I think.
I know what he thinks.
I think it's Moment. I think we're going to get a Moment series. And here's my other thing. I think its release is going to be right around. If he starts in April, we're talking about maybe an October, November release, which is Acolyte time. So are we going to get some tie-ins to Moment?
I think that's like the closest to a Dom theory you've ever been, Wayseeker.
I know, right?
I'm just saying.
BK,
Now,
BK, we have witnesses. We have
witnesses. Going to drop, and why not give him something that can tie into the Acolyte?
What the hell is balls? Okay, John. Sorry, balls. It was called balls, right?
Drink.
It was a shitty energy drink that, like, whenever you went to comic book stores, they always had it there. It was like in a glass bottle. It looked like a Zima.
It
It
was
did look like a Zima.
All the fucking
blue, and it had bumps on the bottle.
Yeah,
See, you
all
gotta watch
the
your-
fucking
You
Magic
gotta
card
watch
player
your
motherfuckers
references,
do.
Marco, because now the next question is gonna be, what's a
bumps.
Zeba?
Wait, the thing is
Yeah,
called
no shit.
balls. It had bumps in the top. What is it? STD on top of the freaking
Dude,
bottle?
hey, those Magic card players love that shit, bro. They love that shit. Probably the TCG players too. Wayseeker, did you drink balls? Did you used to drink balls?
No, I never take that.
Yeah,
No.
you drank balls.
Two fours in a row is completely appropriate here. Longing for 4 years. Totally cool.
They just quiet with a company man.
My grammar here.
To me,
But
okay.
I think, unfortunately, I think the Star Wars series is going to continue after 50.
I think
it's
so,
gonna continue. He's not going to write. He's not going to write it. Somebody else is going to write it, and it might get better. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But
I think. Well, okay, so
you
and
might
I
be
don't.
right, Wayseeker, with
As
the
much as I
Acolyte.
joke with as much as I joke about Soul, like he has done. We have to give the man his flowers. He has done some good stuff.
Well, he did.
He
Yeah.
is. Hey, Jay, could you move the mic from your nose? The only problem with it. The only problem with him is that I think he got to a point where he got so far in, kind of like JJ said, and he thinks he's coming up with this great stuff, but it is retread at this point, right? And I think when it gets to the retread point, thank you for your service.
It's not retread. It's
Yes,
just
it is
bad.
because he did the Darth
Dark
Momot
Droids
thing.
was not retread. There was nothing about Dark Droids that was retread. It was just horrible.
No, it was the same shit. Well, actually, if you take that Crimson Rain thing and you put it up with droids and you take the Crimson Rain people and turn them into fucking droids, it's the same exact thing.
Well, it
And the
was
next-
maybe,
gonna
but it
happen.
was,
I
it
think
was the
after
droids was
50,
new, but it was dumb.
I think
6
after
months
50,
of our lives were wasted as comic
You know
fans.
what it is?
Droids
You
crossed
know
over.
what it is? You ready to find out what it is? It's the story of Ajax. You're getting the story of
No, I
Ajax.
hope not. I
Nah,
hope
because
not.
he
How
even
many
said,
people have been asking for
dude,
years?
bro,
Nobody knew about Ajax.
he
said
said at the end of that, this is the end of Ajax story. For now. ...
Nobody
But
cares
listen,
about Ajax. Everybody
we may
wants
be
Bowman.
getting-
I think with the Acolyte coming out, it's time for them to tell some Sith stories. And he loves his Sith stories. He always includes Sith in some stories or other.
Wayseeker.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
the,
small and like in
I
checks.
think after 50, we're going to be getting closer to the Return of the Jedi period. I think Kira's going to come back and help Leia assemble to rescue Han. So that's going to be coming up soon. So I think he might be doing Kira.
Yeah, but that's not somebody we've been asking for years. We just got a whole shit ton of Kira.
Nobody.
Not even a year ago.
Yeah.
Once again, I think you have had to know the man and talk to the man. Usually when he says what people have been asking for years, it means I just think I want to do this shit,
You're all
and that's
gonna
what I'm going to
disappointed
say.
to be like Chewbacca or some shit.
It could be, yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be either Ajax or I think Dom could be right. It could be Kira. It could be. It could 100%.
I hope not. He's also said he's going to be doing a short mini to fill some gap of a story for the High Republic. He didn't say who it could be. Given his love of both the Blade or Martian, I think it's probably one of the two.
Yeah.
So it could be like, more
I
about
think that's
the
where he
road.
does his best work, honestly, is these little shorts that are like
I
2 to
agreed.
4 issues.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. Those are some of his best stories.
Yes, absolutely. Whenever I think he's great at introducing characters. I think he's poor at filling in the meat and potatoes of the characters.
Did he do now I'm saying Bad Batch in my head, but that's not right. The other guys that everybody thought was Bad Batch.
No.
No,
He's
that
not
was
doing
under
the
what's
squad.
that was under
Aaron.
what Aaron.
It was Kieran Gillian.
That was Aaron, I think. Jason
Yeah,
Aaron.
it was either
Jason
Aaron or
Aaron.
Gillen. Yeah, Aaron. No, it was Aaron because it was in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not Darth Vader.
Gillen came on later in the Star Wars run. Aaron did the first, I don't know, 20 some episodes. At least.
Yeah, it's pretty. I was gonna tell you guys. I thought it was spelled BALZ, but it's BAWLS. Is that how you spelled balls?
Yeah, that's exactly how it was spelled.
So BAWLS. Yeah.
February was already going to be a low month for comics.
JJ's shots are being fired at you already. Wait, hold on. He said Chewbacca or some other shit character to Wookiee Fanatics. Like, and by the way, I forgot to give Wookiee Fanatic and his wife the bell because I think she was yelling at us because he had put something up here. Where the hell is that comment? Damn it, I should have pinned it. There's a comment here someplace. Sorry, I have to go back to it and hit it up before we lose track of it completely. Did you guys see that one?
No.
Here we go. All right. That's kind of funny.
Everybody yells at the TV.
Like never yells at anybody out there screaming out Karen and shit like that. Get yelled at. All right, give it to him and his wife, I guess.
Ring the bell.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations on
I
30
mean-
plus years of marriage.
I mean, she's right. You were wrong. That's
not true.
clear.
Never. Wrong.
So we have some delays in this comic for Marvel coming up. High Republic 4 and Star Wars Visions 1 have both been delayed until February 28th. February is already a really light comic month, and I think now we're going to have some weeks with no comics. I thought I put this in here. Maybe I messed up a slide, and we're going to see this again. But also, Star Wars Visions, after it's been solicited and after FOC, they raised the price. And so you're going to be paying $5.99 instead of $4.99 for that one. So,
Of course.
That's probably right.
The 1 in 100 is what I want to get.
That's the new prices of number ones too. Yeah.
Why do they do that after? I don't get it. I really don't like that. But whatever.
How does that work for shops? Do they regularly charge them or something?
No, that's why they're resetting the FOC on it.
Yeah.
That's probably why they push it back too.
Yeah, probably.
That's why they push it back, because they drop it and then they reset the price on it and then they send it back out. And they'll send you a notification that you have to reply your order.
So maybe people won't reply it. So maybe a lower order. I don't know.
That's what happened with. Remember, that's what happened with that.
It did
the Dark Horse thing, because they actually that was an up the price thing too on that. They upped the price on that. It's supposed to be a combo thing. But I mean, if Marvel was really stand up-ish and they really cared about the LCSs, which they don't, they would just.
Oh, they don't care about that. Shit.
Yeah, they'd still put a $5.99 price on it and give them at least that book for a price. I mean, I was just talking to a friend about how much it costs for the Thrawn setup for the 1 in 100. It's like $269 now just to get it. You know, like, it's stupid. This is so dumb. They're just, dude, I don't know how this is going to work. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, we got one more comic news. So we have one nomination for Star Wars Comics for Outstanding Comic Series by the Glad Media Awards, and that is for Alyssa Wong's Aphra comic series. Picked up the lone nomination, and I love this series. I actually thought
maybe we'll get something live action now.
No, this has nothing to do with that, Dom.
Maybe I'm saying because it won an award, maybe it might get more traction.
It might get more traction if it gets more. If it does get enough
traction.
Been
nominated for this before. I feel like this is.
I don't know. I think I saw Alyssa say this is the first time that she's been nominated for this. So on Twitter,
you know what they need to do is put Ella on the covers of that, and then have Wong write it, and then we'll be cool to go.
But I mean,
they really need
people. This was actually a good comic, other than when it had to like mess around with all of the storylines. I feel like that really did ruin things.
No,
I don't know.
This was one of the worst. The freaking Power Stone, whatever it was, I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah,
listen,
the Spark, Alternal Spark.
But JJ, the Spark Eternal. But they needed her to feed in the Spark Eternal into the
but I didn't need like 20 issues of it.
I agree. I actually still think Gillian's probably one of the best writers of Aphra across the board.
I liked Wong's series better than
bring her in live action. Chloe Bennett. Bring her Chloe Bennett. That's who we want to be.
I didn't like Gillian.
Hold on. Wayseeker's wrong. So let's let him say it again.
I didn't like Gillian's run from the last 25 issues. I didn't think it was that good. I think it went way too long and it didn't do well.
The stronger Gillian throughout has a stronger start, a stronger middle, and a stronger finish than
Wong. Had a stronger start, but I did not like the middle, and I didn't like the finish of that run.
So you like JJ just brought better? JJ brought up a good point. Yeah, you liked Spark Eternal?
I like Spark Eternal much better than I got with some of the other stuff that I got at the end of the run for Aphra. The first
that wasn't the end of her run.
No, I didn't like the end of Gillian's run.
What I'm telling you is if you look at his full work, she's in the middle part, which, by the way, beginning and middle, his beginning and middle, way better than hers. I'm not saying I didn't like her beginning, but her beginning does.
I don't like it.
He made the character. Yep. What do you mean you don't like? Then you don't like the character.
I love this character. I love Alyssa Wong's version of the character. I absolutely do. I loved it.
No, this is
so,
guys. I actually really enjoyed about the first 15 issues.
I did too. I liked her.
And I was all right with the Spark Eternal for like the first 5 or 6.
But hold on.
Went on forever.
But JJ, that's not what he's saying, because I think we're all agreeing on that part. He's saying that Gillian's portion, the Darth Vader portion, the introduction of Aphra, the making her the architect, all that stuff, he doesn't like that.
I said the start was better. I agree with you. The start was better.
I loved that run. That was when they introduction of her and all that stuff. You know, the Spark Eternal, You know what? I have to give Wayseeker a little credit with the Spark Eternal.
Why?
It may not have been everybody's cup of tea. There were some good things in that story about the Spark Eternal.
Name
It
one.
didn't go on for too long. I can say that.
Yes, it did. Because it
did.
fed.
No,
So,
I said it went on too long. It went on too long.
What I'm talking about, Marco, was different from you. I'm not talking about the Vader stuff. I'm talking about the Aphra 2017 run.
When she was with her dad and stuff.
That was all the dad, all that type
Yeah,
of stuff.
that's good.
I didn't find that storyline for 40 to be very good.
Well, I think you
I
and
think
Dr.
the
Aphra fans are
Vader
two different
stuff-
people then.
The Vader stuff was amazing.
Hmm.
The Gil and Vader stuff was amazing. The 2017 Aphra run, which is what I'm comparing the 2017 Aphra run to the 2020 Wong run. I prefer the 2020 Wong run over the 2017.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to compare the 2022 Wong run to the 2017, and the 2017 blows the 22 out of the water. Not even close.
To me, Gillian's problem at the end was I think he didn't quite know how to get out of it, and there was like those I can't remember like the girl's name, and there was an introducing of like these characters that didn't really fit towards the end of it. So I can see like towards the end of that run, Wayseeker's point. I still kind of disagree with him. I like Gillian's run.
Oh, I don't. And I agree on that point. If he said no, once again, I agree that Gillian's end wasn't great. That's not what he's saying. But you can't say because of that. Come on, man.
I
didn't say I agree with
outside of the
everything.
first 12 episodes of that, our first 12 issues of that 2017
He's
run, I
gaslighting.
didn't find it that good.
All right.
You know
Well,
what? I'll be honest with you. You know, a lot of the stories,
Like you had a couple Hera things in there that kind of boosted it up, but even still, I didn't even find that Hera stuff to be that good.
I actually like.
Hair wasn't until like the middle.
That
Yeah,
was,
it was
that
like
was
almost the
episode
end.
15. That was 15. That's the middle. I
like
said the first 12 was
22
good. After that, I didn't find it good. I didn't find the Hera stuff that'd be that interesting. And after that, there wasn't that much memorable after that for the next 20 issues.
Listen, I actually I like the 22 run. You know, I do like the Hera stuff a little bit. I like the part she was part of that mischief, gang they put it together with, you know, and the bringing the characters back, like, you know, Dr. Aphra and freaking Warsman. They figured they had a cybernetic arm on him. They brought him back, so you got to see those characters what they're up to now. I like that. You know, I did like the story part with her father coming back and and stuff like that.
Which is Gillian part.
The earlier one,
Which is Gillian, yeah.
it's different runs, but the introduction, that first run, the first series, and her beta series, I love that. That was great.
I will tell you this: when you talk to Aphra, like diehards, like cosplayer Aphra fans, they talk about the beginning of the Gillian run in itself, and they talk about the Darth Vader stuff. They do talk a little bit of the Wong's introduction stuff, and by the way, I did like it, but I think that Wong falls into the same problem that Gillian did halfway through and towards the end. They force them to put stuff into it. The Hera stuff. You think the Hera stuff wasn't somebody over there at Marvel going, you know what?
You might be right. I'm not disagreeing with you, but
because it looks like that's what it was going. Because they did the High Republic thing too. Remember, they did the fucking. They told them to feed in that fucking the hyperspace.
You're right. You're right.
And then they did the Dirge thing too. Like, you know what I mean?
The Vader stuff was amazing. I'm not disagreeing with you. The Vader run was amazing.
Look, she got nominated for this. A lot more people opening up. I got a feeling that maybe 2025 Star Wars Celebration, we'll hear some about Dr. Aphra coming live action or animated. That'd be fucking awesome. I hope so.
I hope so. But
we're going to talk about Aphra in a little bit. We hope so. But that's the week in Star Wars.
Oh, wow. Well, it was a bunch of trolling and us yelling at each other. So there we go.
And for the record,
that's nothing new.
I'm not saying I don't like Rey. I think Rey's a great character. I like to see her. It's the writing aspect that gets me aggravated. What scares me is that the writing was so bad for the sequel trilogy that writing her the way they did, they might think that the way they wrote her in that sequel trilogy, they might do it again.
No, they know better. They know
better.
They put the thing on hiatus, and it wasn't just because of Solo. It was because 9 was bad, and they know 9 was bad.
And by the way, Rey wasn't the worst part, but let's be honest, Rey on the list of like top 10 things wrong that they wrote in there, Rey doesn't crack the top 10. Doesn't crack the top.
The Blade, Ochi,
the Blade, Paps.
Ochi go on forever about
we can go on forever. Horses riding, where the thing came from, what's going on with Palps coming back. It's Palps. Her, like, not the Rey portion, but Palps having a kid. Like
Kylo.
Kylo Ren was
And,
yeah, like
and was
The Knights
stupid.
of Ren
Poe
were
was
great. You
stupid
see,
at
that's
the
thing.
end.
Let's
That's
get
what I'm
more
saying.
Knights of Ren. More Knights of Ren story now. Do it now.
Nobody knew. We don't need Knights of Ren. We're done.
I like the
that
Knights
needs
of
to be
Ren.
done.
That's
I
one of
get
the
that-
best parts of the sequel trilogy, the Knights of Ren.
No, it's not.
because they didn't do anything with the Knights of Ren.
For me, I like that.
But that's because they didn't do anything with the Knights of Ren. Like they didn't write anything about the Knights of Ren. The best parts of the sequel trilogy is the shit they didn't write about because they didn't write about it.
I did
All
like
right.
the rise of Kylo Ren, the storyline when Kylo Ren took over the Knights of Ren. I like that. I want to see more Knights of Ren.
No,
More
he's
Kylo, baby.
no. Sometimes he gets animated and then he comes back to reality. All right. Now that everybody's out, we've got to go to the High Republic that came out this week. I still don't know what's up with that left cover. I actually like the Woo. By the way, Woo's got 125 coming up real quickly. That nobody bought that 107 because nobody was selling it. So here we go. We know that Skier was coming back. We have a flashback real quickly. Kiwi's like, yeah, Skier, where are you? You're on fire. And he's like, no, I'm just saving this antelope deer type thing. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet of you.
Oh, they got Squirrel Girl. That's awesome.
So let me drop back to the present time. If you remember the last episode, Laura D backstabbed the Hutts.
Yep.
And they found out about it. So now the Hutts and the Republic are back together again, which I always like seeing Hutt stuff, especially not just Jabba, but like the other Hutts. So Hutt with the pink bow tie is like, yo, what's up, chick? And she's like, hey, how are you? And they're like, we're on the same team now. And they're like, yeah. Do you remember that guy that got killed? Well, that my brother was down there and he's still alive. And that guy before he died had said that the green lizard dude's still alive too. So now Kiwi's on a mission. I think we're getting a clue of what's going to happen to Kiwi and how she's going to get into the lost 20 here, by the way, too. Next thing you know, Kiwi's jumping out into the middle of space and like with no breather on or anything, but somehow can like attack her. It doesn't matter.
She did it. Well, Princess Leia did it. So
yeah, but she used the Force to hold her breath, I guess. I don't know.
yeah,
And this doesn't look like that. She's using the Force to propel herself onto it.
well,
It doesn't matter.
Remember, freaking what's his face? Guardians of the Galaxy when he was in space with Gamora, he held his breath for a little bit.
Different property. Different property.
I know. I'm just saying.
She gets inside. There's more robots in there. All of a sudden, they change the way D looks for some reason. I don't like this iteration of D. She kind of looks.
They make her look sexy there for some reason. Sexy, crazy chick.
Really? Because it looks like she got her eyes on top of her forehead and she's kind of amphibious.
Where's her teeth? How come she don't have her sharp teeth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like the way she looks here. But Kiwi's a badass and just cutting everybody down. Next thing you know, there's a lot of yelling, hey, we got to stop her. We can't. And then she like starts opening up the thing and shooting boxes out there. In the boxes, they think that there's a couple of people, and it turns out that they scan it and there is. And they're like, oh, crap, what are we going to do? And then Homeboy goes and gets his hair painted blue somehow, which I don't even understand how that works, but apparently you can dye your hair.
Like gray, maybe gray.
That looks blue. And he's like, yo, let me just get all the boxes into this transport. And they're like, and Tirk is like, or Scared, or whoever the Turk or Cert or whatever the twins' name is. He's like, oh, yeah, good idea. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. So then all of a sudden the Hutt's like, you're not getting out of here because we're in front of you and we're going to destroy you. And she's like, there's a third option. I can just jump into hyperspace or whatever. And then Kiwi looked like a badass. Is like, that shit ain't happening. And I whooped your ass before. So how about I whoop your ass again? And D's like, yeah, but now I got this like Vero fucking half cut night blade or whatever, dude. I'm going to kill you. And then the robot shoots her in the back. And she's like, and then Kiwi's like, and here goes your head. But then this is kind of badass. Kiwi pulls the like Darth Vader move where she takes the gun and switches it onto D and then pulls the trigger, which is kind of not Jedi-ish, but whatever. Anyway, so they're like, oh, cool, we caught her and everything's good. And the twins come back and Blueface is like, where is her? Don't worry about it. There's stuff going on here that you don't know. And Kiwi starts to have a flashback of the little deer antelope thing. And then all of a sudden the twins kick back and are like, yo, that lady was telling us that you're part of the Republic. And she's like, I ain't part of the Republic right now. I'm going to take D and find out where Skier is. Kind of badass, dude. Like, but you kind of see where she's starting to go into the point where it's like, she has a connection to Skier. She doesn't seem to give a shit too much about the limitations. And I don't know why the twins are even following along with this, but whatever. They're probably going to die soon.
No, they aren't. You know they aren't. We've said that We said that since episode
Yeah.
the first time we've
Like the
seen them. We
third
want them to
issue.
be
Well, they
there.
killed one of them for a minute. I still don't know how the one came back. They killed him, and he's still alive somehow. I don't know how that
I have a
happened.
problem with Star Wars characters staying dead.
Oh, eventually, I think these two are going to be dead because if not, they'd all be in part of the Lost 20. Because this is the book right here where she is
No, you have
starting
to be a
go.
master.
Yeah. You have to be a master to be 20.
Yeah, I know, but she's not a master yet. But she's starting to go that route.
No, I'm saying that they will never be
saying the
masters.
twins.
So they can do whatever they want with them.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Well, you don't know. They're back alive. They like revive themselves
They're
sometimes.
not going to be masters. Come on now. They're not important enough.
Well, I don't know. Well, they're
But
not.
no,
They're
these
too
two
important.
are never
Wait, hold
dying.
on. Are they too important to kill, or they're
These
not?
two are
too
never
important?
dying. Like we're gonna see them like in the future in like a Ray movie or something.
Well,
Is how this Star Wars will go.
please.
So I
Please
have
no.
a feeling this book has like a betrayal coming at some point, right?
Yeah.
It's almost certain, whether it's Skier or the twins or somebody's going to betray somebody. I feel like here, it's
They already did
I
twice.
think it's Kiwi that's going to be betraying.
I
betraying
agree.
them.
So
I think it's going to be because when they
I think she's going to sacrifice those two to get Skier. I think he
That
might
could
go
be
psycho,
too,
just
yeah.
kill those two. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
But she's turning. Not that she's turning to the dark. She's just turning away from the Jedi.
No, hey, dude. Stay tuned. Because I actually went to go out and see people today.
So she shot
This-
her. She shot D.
This is
She
High
didn't
Republic.
shoot D. She had somebody else shoot D for her.
Yeah,
I know.
it's High Republic. It's High Republic Phase 3, number 3.
That's right, yeah.
This is a good. All those.
It's a
This
good book.
comic's been good so far.
Yeah, been really good. It's been really. This is badass. I didn't give you all of it because I want you to read it. It's pretty solid. All right, next up. Speaking of not solid, but Dom, you were right. About 6 months ago, you said you ran into somebody in your LCS, and he told you this beautiful little story about Boba Fett and the bounty hunters, and how there's going to be squads, and how there's going to be a whole thing, and it was coming. And we thought that meant it was coming in the start of the new arc. We were wrong. They waited till the end of the arc to give us the story that you were promised, Dom. So here we go.
This actually was not a bad ending.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
So Boba Fett Jabba, it starts off in Jabba's palace. They've got a guy come up and he's like, these Trandoshan guys are stealing from me and everything else. And Trandoshan doesn't even he's like, yeah, dude, Jabba, we'll just give you 10 more %, bro. We're still gonna steal from him. And Jabba's like, but he's under my protection, so you're gonna be jailed. But I'm also gonna kill the dude so you can take over his property because 10% is too good of a deal. So he backstabs both. All of a sudden, people are getting thrown around, guards are getting smashed, somebody's helmet falls, and Jabba's like, who's causing this disturbance? And of course, it's Valance looking badass, and like Valance should have the whole time instead of doing what they did and ruined them. But then your boy Scarface is like, yo, dude, I'm gonna kick this dude's ass and get some money. And Jabba's like, yeah, we'll see.
He got wild.
Yeah. He's like, they guard, da, 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 da. He's like, yo, man, my eye's about to pop out of my head. And Valance goes, well, I'll help it out there. Smash! Right in the noggin, dude. Superpower smash. And then the one blue chick girl is like, yo, I told you, you got knocked the fuck out. And then somehow,
That's his wife. That's the girl's girlfriend.
oh, yeah, his old lady. Yeah.
His old lady. Yeah.
Digger's old lady. So then there's a chick for everybody, apparently. Then Valance picks up one of the axes and just starts axe smashing everybody. Sorry, Wookiee fanatic, but a Wookiee gets it whopped in the face too. He keeps going, and then he looks over and sees Han. And then Jabba goes, wait a minute, you're not here to save Han? And he's like, no. He's like, shit. Get him, Boba. So then Boba goes over there, wham, whop, sets him on fire. There's an arm here. He's a shirtless arm. He gets wrapped up with a thud. And then they're like, yo, dude, I think we should kill him. And Jabba's like, whomp, you don't tell me what to do. Boba Fett goes, I'm the strongest. I beat him. And Jabba says, yeah, is that true? And then all of a sudden they threw him out into a pit and they shot some water on him to bring him back. That's the racetrack, by the way, from on Tatooine. And they bring him back. And they're like, let's test him against the new pet that I have, the defense system or whatever. And they're like, all right, cool. And he's like, cool, because I wanted to download that anyways. And they bring it out, and then this Megazord comes out.
Wait, before you say anything, doesn't this give you reminiscence of friggin' Starkiller when he fought the giant
Megazord?
robots? You see standing there because, just
Hey, Astro.
the same.
So I don't know. No, I don't know what he's saying.
I don't know.
So he's got to fight the droid Megazords, and they're like, yeah, this is something they would have made in Clone Wars, but they couldn't make it because the Jedi screwed it up. But he's like, oh, I'm not here by myself, even though I got this purple shield. I also got a whole squad. They bring back in the old bounty hunter squad. Zuckuss and Forlom are doing Zuckuss and Forlom things. Everybody else is watching it on TV because Jabba's like, listen, look at this is my defense system, da 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 da. And they're fighting it, and this big robot's just trying to slash him because all of a sudden he's got Hulk hands or something like that. And you hear scream. And look, dude, he rips off Valence's arm. Valence's like, not again, damn it. Then he grabs a spear and he gush spears him. Yeah, right. And Jabba's like, and then Valence goes, actually, this was all a plan. I lost purposely to Boba Fett. Do you think that guy could actually kick my ass? Please. This is all a plan that I had with Jabba in the first place. You guys all go your separate ways. And then he's like, man, we had good times. We reminisced on a lot of stuff. For some reason, Geos is dead here in the first panel. He doesn't belong there, but he is. I don't know. And he's like, cool, man. See you down the line. It says the end for now, which means they're going to bring back the characters eventually. So
well, Valance has to come back. That's another toy, another Black Series figure they should make. I want a
Valance
Valance
doesn't
figure.
need to come back for a long time. I like Valance fine. We got enough Valance to
They gotta
give us
put him in
10 years where we don't need more
in a show.
Valance.
A cartoon or a show.
No.
Or the live action.
What kind of cartoons do you want? Who's gonna be? What kids are gonna be able to watch a Valance?
Star Wars isn't for everybody, but it's for everybody.
They put Cat Bane in them.
They did.
Yeah, well,
It's fine, but that's not a cartoon.
Yeah, it
Cartoons
is.
generally are for you.
Bad Batch, Clone Wars.
no. Well, hold on. He was in Clone Wars, but not really.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You
not
can't
really.
have a Valance
That's the
show.
friggin' Jedi Temple.
Oh, Cad Bane.
Cad
I thought
Bane.
Cat Bane.
Oh,
Cat
yeah.
Bane's
think-
not
is
anything
it-
like
My
Valance.
point is
I
they
said
put
Darth
bad
Vader.
guys in the cartoons all the time.
Yeah, but not a Valance show. You could put Valance in an
Well,
episode.
not like
Valance
around
is
him.
gonna put me- I'm
Dom's
saying
just
put
saying
him
he
in a
wants
show.
to see him, I think.
Yeah, that'd be
Live
cool. I
action
think
or
we
a
want to
show.
see him. All right, the $6 million man. All right. Also, this week, is anybody following Obi-Wan? Was this
Yeah, I
this week
did
or was
when I
this
watched the
last week?
TV series.
Oh, that was last week. I just didn't even cut this out of here because it's. Oh no, it is this week. Who knows? Who cares?
It's this week. It came out.
Okay, yeah, it came out. Nobody noticed. We don't even know what week it's on. Next week we get the Thrawns. By the way, Johiba brought up something. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about a lot of it here now. Now listen to me. We're not going. Anything that we have here is all speculatory or it's stuff you can find easily on the internet, including StarWars.com. Okay, but here we go. Thrawn alliances. They gave us one of the variants has got the or is that the A cover? No, A cover is the one on the way right. One of the variants is the cover for the novel. The other variant is the trade dress version. That's what we're going to be talking to you about soon. There's also a virgin and a 1 in 25 incentive. We'll be talking to you about both the 1 in 100 and the 1 in 25 also. We got some preview pages from Star Wars. Here's where we're going to tick off Wayseeker. There's a first appearance in the previews,
Who?
I think. So do you see this way back here?
What are those?
What are those? Wayseeker. If these characters in the way background are identified on this panel, is that a first appearance?
If they are name dropped, yes, I think that's a first appearance. If
a
that's
first
called,
appearance.
if they say that's the Grisk,
No, they say they say the name Grisk a ton, but that's not who that is.
no, who's
No,
that?
wait,
Skywalkers? Are
it's
you
one
thinking of Skywalkers?
No, it's one of your favorites.
Oh, oh no, Rook.
It is.
Oh, Rook.
Okay.
It's Rook. It like if you blow
here's
it.
the hard part. We got to get confirmation that this Rook is not the same Rook that's found in Heir to the Empire 1. Because Rook is found in Heir to the Empire comic 1.
Well, does that matter?
For
Oh,
first
I guess for
appearance,
first
it does.
appearance terms, it matters. Yeah.
He was also in Rebels cartoon.
But that doesn't. That Dom.
Talking about in the thing.
Comics.
For right now, this is supposed to be a different Rook, supposedly.
Timothy
Supposedly.
Zahn said Rook
Yeah.
might be a type of character.
Yeah, 'cause
Character,
isn't
yeah.
it? It's supposed to be like Groot, right? To compare it to something else.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like
Groot, where they all
That's
are
a
named
first
the same
appearance
thing,
if
or
it
whatever.
says, it says Rook. That's a first appearance. That is if,
Yeah.
if this is
it's in the way. No, I love that because the only reason you're saying it is because it's a character you've already bought this comic. If not, you would say that's not a first appearance because you had for years argued with me that I said this is actually a first appearance. It doesn't matter that you can't really make out the character. They've identified it. It's in the background.
First appearance
Or-
if it's named. I think with the name
This is what it says when you blow it up. It says Rook. I've told you
Yes,
twice.
And
Keep
that's the
yourself.
first appearance.
And- But here's the thing. it's not just one first appearance on here, it's two, because the person who is saying that is Kaman, or Kamu, however you say the name, who is a stormtrooper in the first. He hates it. We know this from the novel. We know this from all the other things.
Yeah.
The iteration kind of notates it, but they don't ever name him technically in here. But this exact line is the line he uses in the book. The one that is not really a first appearance, because we don't know if it's that stormtrooper or other ones that people are trying to identify, is Mortic. I don't know. All the stormtroopers look the same because they're all. But if you could tell me which one's the female stormtrooper,
so
maybe.
No, people put these on there. Yeah.
No, I put these on there.
We don't know that's Kamoon, do we?
Well, he uses that line. He does use that line.
I get that, but unless it's named, I think it got to be named from that part.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him. Like,
I would agree too. But we do know who it is. I mean, that's
yeah, I know.
who
But we
is.
also knew. This goes back to the one thing that we argued about before with Commander Cody, like in one of the books. We knew it was Commander Cody because he was in the movie, but you're like, it's not named, so it's not a first appearance.
And Revan and back then too has that little like tiny ass appearance in like the Zero issue or whatever. It's Revan if you know Revan in the conversations that Revan had. But you don't know.
But also, the writers identified it, and I think when the writer identifies it, it also gives some credence to it. But either way, that's what you're getting.
No, it'll be interesting to see if his name.
So they're gonna. Also, it's the first Legion for Vader, who is his personal stormtroopers. That's who these two characters are, and that's how we know it too, because he refers to it later. Speaking of,
are we getting Purgo? Are we getting Purgo in this one?
We're not getting Purgo, but. Speaking of what are those, and this is kind of going, if you can blow this up on your screens, but if you're watching a TV, you'll see it. A certain cover is rumored to look like this. It seems only to be if this was a Thrawn cover, which one would it be? Let me see. Hold on real quick. I forgot which one it was.
Totally not it, Marco.
Smooth.
Alex. Marco totally does not have one of those.
It would be the trade dress. It would be the trade dress cover. It would be the trade dress cover. What?
That was very smooth. Very smooth.
Oh, sorry. It would be it would be the trade dress cover. If it was any one of the covers that had it, it's got all this like chipping on the top of it. So good luck finding
possible deniability just went out the window.
No, absolutely not. I was talking to somebody in the hallway. They were letting me know about it.
Right.
But no, I mean, like, that's it. So, like, watch out for that A cover. If you can find one that doesn't have this chipping, if you can't see.
What's happening in like all of the things right now? Like, what is the deal with print?
I would assume because of how fast they're trying to print, and they're trying, like, I would do on. This is all just reckless.
Which of like the 5 explanations do you want, probably?
Yeah, no, this is so this is completely reckless speculation on this, but just because I did know how they used to do printing. I would assume what's happening is they're printing so much and so fast that they're just turning these plates over too quickly. They're not setting it right. And then when it goes through, it causes an error. They're probably also, the machines are probably at a point where they're overworking because they're not using as many printers as they used to. So there's probably some, they're in the,
And they don't give a crap.
Yeah, they can't prosecute. They can't prosecute the kids. But I would assume that that's what it is. I'd assume that's a defect. It's just a printing defect in some of the printers, because not all copies are. I know for this, the Midwest has been hit with this time. It wasn't hit with some of the other issues that they were talking about, but that might mean that we're going to get new batches of this stuff. Now, do know that the variants are typically printed at a different printer than the printer that they print the mass printers where they mass roll out some of this stuff.
It almost feels, I know it's not, but it almost feels like a conspiracy at this point just to be able to get second prints out.
Maybe.
But when they put out more of these, they don't consider them a second print, though.
That's not John. This isn't a delicate print problem. This is a print. This is a printing plate problem right here. That's what that is. That chipping. It's not. And then the other one is usually when they speed up, when they're printing through it, and in the machine, because it's like a round thing that prints these things out, right? And then it's not hitting the ink, so like it could either be a defect on like the ink roller portion of it that gives that quote unquote marble rub on the back, which is not rub, the pre-made like things. Now, marble rub that rubs off in the box is different than what people are addressing and calling Marvel World now. It's just not even putting color on the fucking page.
Oh boy.
You know what I
And
mean?
you do not need a graded comic of this A cover. You just don't need it. Like
It's not the A cover,
One.
actually. It's the trade dress of the 1/100 variant.
You just don't need a 9/8 of this.
Why?
Why do you need it?
Why do I need it? Because I want it.
Now they heard you can't get it. He definitely wants it. But yeah, that's it. It's across the top. That's a major portion there. I've seen it where it runs the whole line. I've seen it run where it runs the run side. It just literally looks like where the portion of the end of the printer roller was rolling. There was something on the or like on the end of the what the hell they call it? They don't call it a lift.
It's a roller.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but the plate. It's not called a plate anymore.
Oh,
Whatever the plate is nowadays on the roller, it looks like that portion of it just had some issues. So, also not saying this, but some characters that we might want to hope shows up in this book and are actual first appearances, unlike Stormtroopers. There's a couple good quotes from the novel around the time that we can tell that this book is written just by the previews. And one is, why?
You're so lame right now, Marco.
What is? I'm just letting you know. What is Nodla, who is the bartender that, if you've read the books before, that Skywalker gets a job, pretty much tells him he needs to be a spy and relay messages from Skywalker to Thrawn. We all know that Anakin and Thrawn were buddies, right? That's past. I mean, spoiler alert from
Yes,
a book
they're
that's like
buddies
6 years
to an
old.
extent.
Yeah, to an extent. Jedi might be happy because if you know who, well, he might not, because Duja shows up, maybe, but maybe she doesn't show up. Actually, next week we're gonna have another question: is it a first appearance? And
Theoretically,
Theoretically.
we're gonna have that discussion.
yeah, there are border people know a little bit about it. Except there's also another person that shows up that's pretty.
Theoretically,
There might be another person that shows up in the book. Thank you, Wayseeker. Theoretically,
Allegedly.
this is all rumors, guys. I already said this is all rumors that these people might show up.
Allegedly showing up.
Rumors are, guys, this is actual rumors. Rumors are, like, if you go to the page, you could click on the Wikipedia page. It might have some of these names somewhere on some page. That Darash shows up in the actual novel. For those people that didn't know, the Darash are like this. I think if you were the Rookie, what's the name of the guy that was the person? The Rook. I think people sometimes when they talk about it, they get the two species mixed up. They are not. So if it happens that they do show up, which they show up early in the novel, so this is something that may show up here. Just know that they are not the same. They're not the same species. Okay. Okay. Next up, next week too, we're going to get High Republic Adventures number 3. That's the A cover. The B cover's dope. These B covers, man.
Number two.
What did I say? 3? Oh, sorry. 2. Number 2. For those that don't know, the B covers have been sweet. They're looking sweet. Would anybody like to try to pronounce that name?
Sharosh. Barosh.
Sarosh.
Better than I would have done. Better than what I would have done.
Bearzish.
Love it though. It's another great cover.
It's a great
That-
cover.
By the way, speaking of this book, number 3 with Ella on it, great response. Thank you, everybody that gave great responses out there to it. Thank you for everybody that supported her. Remember, she's a new artist, so that's really cool. You know, from what I hear, there's a bunch of books that moved that day and the next day, which is
That's awesome.
hat off to you guys. Hats off to you guys.
By the way, Rook species was the Nogri.
That's what they said, but then he said that they might not be.
Mm.
He said that they might be. It might be the Nogri, but they call themselves like
The Rook.
Groots. They don't call themselves Nogri. Like every person's name is Groot.
It was
Oh,
like Nogri was Legends, and so now he's trying to change it because Timothy Zahn is not happy with how that character was used in Rebels, and he
Yes.
did not give permission for that character to die.
Mm.
And so Timothy Zahn is trying now to rewrite the story because he's not happy with how Filoni used. And
So what we're
Doesn't
saying
mind.
is the character you see in the comic book might be the one that you see in the next Thrawn novel,
Oh,
and
okay.
that would still be alive post Rebel. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
I've been streaming for a while today, so I'm getting a little tired.
Oh no, that's no problem. No problem. All right. Next up is FOC. I told you already we're getting a Woo 1 in 25. I think it's dope. This is
I
the
actually like that one. I like that the 25.
yeah, dude, real cool. This is the second part of this Sith. I know there's a lot that was ordered for the last book. I don't know how much is going to be ordered for this. There was still a decent amount on the shelves of the first part of this arc, so I don't know. However, there is a Zeb and Kanan Rebels cover. Who can I ask this? And whatever, I know how it who's the character for the that's the Black History Month, right? Who's that character?
Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series. That's the guy that was in one of the rebel cave. I forgot his name.
But don't we've got so many, there is so many good characters I think could be put on covers.
That's Ice Cube's son.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember him being what?
He was
Yeah, that's God, what was his character's name?
I can't.
O'Shell Jackson.
It starts with an R, right? I think it starts with an R.
But that's what I'm saying. Is this where we're going? We're going so far that we are because I'm going to show you two more.
Yeah, it's Roken. Yeah,
Roken.
All right. Either way, there's a 125, and I guess because it's his son, maybe. I don't know. But then Thrawn gets this guy. Wasn't he just like the guard in
Phantom
Was
Menace?
he not just the guard?
No, he was the captain. He was the one that saved Padme. He was like Padme's.
He's been in other things too. He was in the books.
Tanaka.
And but then can we get characters that are actually in their books? Because then we get what's her name?
We never do that ever.
It's
been 5 years of this. You're never getting that.
The Fennec Shan.
Yeah,
because the women of the month.
That's what I'm saying. But Thrawn has got great. Excuse me. Does he not have a great female character in his book that I think everybody would die over if they put on a cover? You know, Aurora? Or how do you say her name again? Even our guest last week was talking Arani, how much they love it. That's what I'm saying. They're messing these up because you got characters in these books you can be putting on covers. You have them in the books. You don't have to go this far and put Fennec Shan on but the background looks kind of fucking dope. But still, I would rather see her Ariani on a cover than not. Okay. Speaking of number 2, just to clarify, the Raza is not going to be the 1 in 25 variant for those that haven't seen it. Oh shoot, I forgot to grab the name of the guy that was going to do the 1 in 25 variant. But that's it. That's the 1 in 25 over there.
Wasn't it Woo?
It is. No, it's you. Why you? Yeah, you.
That's not a bad looking cover. It's just
what the 1 in 25 is awesome.
I know it is awesome.
I think the 125 is going to do very well in this book.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would, and actually, I'm going to talk to about it. Not only that, but because I think you're gonna, and this is why we covered those first appearances because I know it's kind of been scattered here, guys. But one of the reasons why we're doing this stuff is because we're doing stages. Some of those stuff that we covered where there's certain first appearances, the ones we're hoping show up in book 1 because it's rumored that they're going to show up. Cool, but there's other ones where we put question marks by them and said we're not sure if they're first appearances or not, and they may not show up anyplace else in the book. But we have a feeling they're going to show up in this book right here, which is going to be nice.
Huh. Do you think this second run of Thrawn books are going to be printed more than the first run?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. We're about to get into some of these books to see how they're doing, too, in a minute. And I will tell you that there's a lot of people buying a lot of books. And something very interesting about the 1 in 100. Also, you have to remember the 1 in 50 snuck up on people. I mean, just think about that alone. This has got a 1 in 100. The Matina was a 1 in 50.
Yeah.
Now, they don't have any 1 in 10s for this. I get that. But they still got a bunch of 125s. The price point on this is a lot different, though. Those Matinas. And by the way, I don't think I have a larger, for the Midwest, I have one of the largest retailers outside of Golden Apple, is it? Which is the one in Chicago? In the Midwest. And they even only ordered I think 2 Matinas. So that's 50. Where I think with the 1 in 100s, they're going to have 2 1 in 100s.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And there was no 1 in 25 for the Thrawn one. It was a 1 in 10 and a 1 in 50.
1 in 15. Was it 1 in 10? Was it 1 in 15? Whatever it was.
But there wasn't a 1 in 25.
Yeah. What was it? Because it was him on the cover. It was the action figure cover. Oh, the B cover. Yeah. But what I'm saying is I think there's going to be more of this just because the incentive's higher. And to be perfectly honest with you, there's more Thrawn fans now than there was back when that came out. Like there's way more Thrawn fans now.
Yeah.
Like all over the place. Like I used to be, whenever I started a game, Thrawn was my character that I put in there. At worst, it'd be Thrawn 1. Now, the first time, like, I'm talking about the click games and everything else. Mm-hmm. Now, you could go up to 28. I can't even get Thrawn as a name on a
This is pretty cool. Anymore. The new Thrawn.
You showed that a couple weeks ago, bud.
You show that, yeah.
I got it right here. I have it next to me. I got the other one too. I got all the Thrawns.
It is cool. But
real
no,
quick,
I mean,
this doesn't FOC till February. No, this doesn't FOC, I think, for a couple weeks. But what I'm going to tell you about, or next week, but what I'm telling, or 2 weeks, whatever. But people haven't seen the 125 yet. And I think they got confused because I know some people were saying that the Raza was the ratio. It's not. It's just a variant. It's just a variant. It's not the ratio. The ratio is the one on the right.
It's an okay Raza. It's not a great Raza.
Yeah.
Not bad. Pretty cool. I like the way he's standing there.
I mean, that is a very good point, BK. Nobody was saying such comments as
Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover
during the first run of the Thrawn comic series. Which, by the way, I mean, we do. I mean, Heather Antos, for as much crap as she got, we do have to thank her for Thrawn, because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have gotten the first Thrawn series, and we wouldn't have gotten this Thrawn series either. So, when all your people that you watch and the other thing hate on people, do remember some of those people that they're hating on produce very good stuff, including Dr. Aphra.
But I'll tell you this. What's going to happen now was kind of crazy. All kidding aside, all right, look how long it took for the second series of Thrawn to come out.
Well, that's because Heather Antos left and then ended up going over to.
You can rest assured, once this series is over, they'll be planning the third series.
Yeah, they're gonna get third series in here. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But I don't know if we're gonna get 4, 5, and 6. I think we'll probably get 3.
I think we will too. Well, 4, 5, and 6 is gonna be tough. But in the meantime, if Timothy comes out with the 7, 8, 9, they might push out 7, 8, 9. Because 7, 8, 9 is going to have a lot. It's going to be, hopefully, depending on how the direction stuff's going, it'll function a little bit better. It will flow better for comics. So, but watch out for this 125. Let's get into it real quickly to look over. We kind of been doing this lately, seeing what the 1-100's been selling for.
Hey, Marco.
Yeah.
Check the private chat. I'm gonna have to drop out, man. I'm about to fall asleep here.
Oh, you're good, man.
I've been up for a while. Talk to you guys later.
All right, cool.
Thanks. Going, bro.
Yep. Anyways, the 1-100, it's not last 5. I just did pretty much the legit all of them coming up leading up to this week. Started off at 142 early on, like when it was announced pretty much over a month ago. Well, these are mainly out of December. So this was the one that was at the beginning of December. Then it started selling 185.99, 199. Great Britain, the people out there picked out 3 of them. 139 in British pounds, which equate to 184. And then the price started to kind of drop a little bit to 176, which was 139 GP. Then they did 185, which is weird. Kind of brought it back up to 239. But the last 1-100 sold for 144.99. I say this because it's a $6 book. And pretty much to get the 1-100, dealers are spending more than this book is selling for, even at its height at this point. But right now, available is roughly what dealers have to spend to get this book, which is $270. There's one even higher than that. I think it's almost $300. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Wednesday. I don't think any of them are going to be moving for that much. I do believe, though, as Dom was saying, that there's been a lot more of these ordered. So look for auctions. I think that's your best bet, guys.
You can't do this to dealers. If you're going to do a 1-100 that they have to pay $270 for,
it's $264. That's how much it equates.
You can't do a version of a trade. It's just not fair to them. I get it's a fine cover, but it's not that great of a cover, and it's not a 1-100 worthy cover.
It isn't, and yeah, I mean it's just the realities of life. I agree with you, Wayseeker. I think it's tough. It's not sustainable. We've talked about it already. It's just not. I mean, it's one thing when they were doing, $5 books, and then you could, do the, take the dollar off of each book, so it's $100 less. So you're just looking at $170, $160, which is where the 1-100s were selling for. But now you're asking them to sell 1-100s
You got to
I don't
make
know,
it.
man.
You got to make it amazing if you're going to ask them to do that.
And make it more limited, maybe. Like, I don't know how to do it, but make it more limited. But what was even more interesting, this is really interesting, the 1 in 25s, which I think if they made this the virgin cover and not the trade dress, and not have a trade dress, would have done way better. Because this, it has over 15 sales already in the last couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks now. It averages for 45.57. Dude, there was a high for like 60 at one point. That was kind of the outlier, but there's also one that sold for under ratio around $24, 20, somewhere around there. But available right now is $42.78 and $43.98 are the cheapest. I thought this would be a $25 book. I'm not sure this is going to be a $25 book. And I don't know if it's because people don't want to pay $300 for the 1 in 100, which I'm not sure $300 is sustainable for the 1 in 100. But then again, the trade dress version, if you actually like this version, you can't buy it in a trade dress because, as we pointed out, the trade dress is all chipped. It's 100% chipped. So what are you going to do? I mean, that's just crap. Anyways, good luck with this one. There is an auction up with $13, but I have a feeling that we're going to see these sell over the 1 in 100 for a little bit, just because there's going to be a lot more of them. And a lot of them are going to go for auction and kind of pass bid each other for a little bit. Looking back, we're going to look back at the last month, see what sold for the Matina, which usually it's one book or no books. But last month, a Raw sold for $1,099, a 9.6 sold for $800. This was the 1 in 50, and the 9.4 signature series with Matina's signature on it, which $750.
Now the crazy thing is that it sold almost over $1,000, right? The 9.6, 800. So if you were to crack it open, you could have a Raw.
No, you can't.
Sold it for $1,000.
No, you can't, because if you don't think that book has been cracked open before, and they've tried to get a 9.8. Oh, you're saying crack it open, try to sell it as raw?
Yeah,
you could do that. You could do that.
I mean, that's kind of dishonest. I mean, that's dishonest as fuck.
What are you going to make after fees? Even if you do that, you're going to make maybe $40. Now, I mean, you're paying 15%.
How's that dishonest? You don't know what the grade of the raw is.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know.
It's not dishonest.
Sorry. There. I know, but the raw listed at near mint plus. It didn't even say near mint plus.
But I can list it as anything on eBay.
But is the 9.6?
You can.
Also, 9.6 is near mint plus.
Thank you.
It is. But no, I mean, you're not with eBay fees. You're not making any money, Dom. You could do it. You think that, well, you can make some money there, but eBay fees, you're making $40 if you do that.
I thought originally he was saying like take it out, press it, and then send it back in, and think he's gonna give it 9.8.
9.6 and sell
just
it
crack it and sell it raw. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get.
You make $40.
Yeah. Would you even make that much?
I like that cover. How many?
Because you're paying shipping. You're paying shipping on the front. You're paying shipping on the front end for a slab.
So you're probably making 20.
Yeah, you might make 20.
Is the fact that somebody paid that much more for a raw than a.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
9.6.
Yeah, 9.6. Once again, I'm not gonna. I'm trying not to say what was in the listing.
People dream. People dream for that 9.8. They'll overpay.
Hey, welcome. How many you got?
Somebody sells it.
How many of these? I only have one, but I have a 9.8. I have one in the 9.8. This one. Well, okay. So this one I was wrong on this one. I got the original one. I picked it up the day I saw it up there. I was like, damn, dude, that thing's dope. Looks just like the cover. Picked it up for I think $25, 20 somewhere around there. And I was on-site grading in Baltimore, and then I was going throughout the year, and I was on-site grading in Baltimore, and the shit wasn't even worth $50 yet. And it was between that and a Joker. It was a Jim Lee
100%
100 Joker. It probably it did Wookiee. I mean, I guarantee. But the listing, I'm not going to go into eBay listings. Okay. So it was that and a Jim Lee Joker. There's that Jim Lee Joker version. I probably still have it now. And we had one submission left that we could submit. And when I was talking to Sean, I was like, yo, dude. And he's like, why'd you bring this? And I was like, oh, I just in case something got damaged in the thing. I wanted to he's like, I didn't even press this. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he's like, it's PC. And I was like, yeah, it's PC. He's like, you don't have anything in PC in the 100 books we were submitting. I go, no, not this time. I don't have anything, blah, 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 blah. He's like, just because I'm not selfish like that typically. And he's like, just submit it, dude. You love this. So I did and came back in 9.8. In the meantime, a guy that used to run Abbas, who passed away now, good dude, but younger guy, he had a Matina up there and it was for $80. So I was going to buy another raw one because I was like, crap, if this was non-pressed 9.8, I'm going, but he had like $80 on it. And I was like, bro, they're selling for $40. No, and I never do this, but he was kind of a good friend. I'm like, no shot, I'm paying 80. He's like, I'll sell it to you for 50. And I was like, no, dude, when that book gets down to $20, I'll come back and offer you 15 on it.
Oh.
Well, the shit never went down to $15.
No.
And unfortunately, he passed away a year later of cancer.
Oh,
So
damn.
Oh, that's sad.
yeah, that sucks. But I was wrong. But the only dude I was wrong to, that sucks. He was a good dude, man.
I
had a good
wish
show.
I wish I was into comics when this one came out because this one is one.
It was dope as fuck, bro.
I
I was wrong about it, though. I was wrong. He probably laughing at me right now. He's like, yeah, that guy's a dumbass. Should have bought that book for 80.
$50 that you had on the wall. Yeah, $80. I seen this for $50 on the wall, and I was gonna buy it when I seen this, and I didn't.
You should have. Yeah, but you know what? This was a personal buy. Like when I know some people make fun of us for because we talk the numbers on this show and everything else, but that's how you get views, right? But we actually are collectors and stuff. And this was one where I was like, damn, dude, I love this book so much.
It's funny.
It's comic, but I love the
artist is controversy too for what
because all he did was swipe the cover of I get it.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about it. I love the novel so much. I didn't buy this for the insides as much as I talk shit about people not reading and people buying for art. I didn't do that. I bought this because of the dust jacket, because this shit looks like the dust jacket. He literally just copied it, changed the black to white, tightened up where the light goes on the guy's eyes, made the eyes a little bit different of a red, and put it out there. And for $20, I was like, yeah, dude. Because back then, too, I was still Wednesday Warring, and we were killing it, bro. I bought this, and I think the same week this came out, it was some stupid X-Men book that was just trash. I got it for $20, and we sold it 45 minutes later for $315.
Well,
I was
and
like, good night.
You couldn't. It was like the guy that just offered you to buy it for 50 in a 9.8. Let's be honest, nobody cared about Star Wars variants then.
Yeah.
You weren't gonna pick it up and flip it because nobody wanted it really.
Yeah.
At that
Dude,
time.
was not only that, but do remember this was Heather Antos was the what do they call them? The people that were in charge of the books and editing and all that stuff. It was this one and Doctor Aphra. She was on Darth Vader. And if you know anything about that, the heathens were talking all types of shit about her. The golden underwear pants scared of women dudes. And it was nobody wanted to touch any of that stuff right then. Nobody wanted to touch Miles Morales. Nobody wanted to touch this. Nobody wanted to touch Gwenpool. Nobody wanted to touch anything. So these books, as JJ was saying, they would go 75. You wait a year and all the ratios would be 75% off that didn't sell. All of them. They were not pricing these at ratio at the point. But then again, the price per book was a lot cheaper too for the LCS.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have to sell as much to get there.
But I remember this being the one I missed. And then that convinced me. That's how I ended up with so many Star Wars variants. Because after that, I was like, listen, they're
you just went crazy
when you pre-order them. I'm just started getting them all. So I just kept buying incentive Star Wars variants after this one. Because when I missed this one, I was disappointed. And I could have spent more. I could have had one for like you said,
he never did.
$50 or something. But I was like, and it's not gonna stay at $50.
Think about this: all those Kanan ones, they were everywhere. Even the Thrawn was they ordered more Thrawns in this 1-in-1 in this new series, but there were so many Thrawns, just so many left over in dollar bin digging. You could get them
all those 1-in-10s, the 1-in-10 animation ones,
dude. Yeah, 1-in-10 animation. Dude, I have 2 sets of all the other variants, maybe 3 of them, and not one of them I played ratio for. Not one. I think they were $5 or $10, bro. Yeah. And now those things go for $400, dude. It ain't cheap, but no, nobody gave a shit, Dom. Nobody gave a shit about any of them. Dude, you could find Star Wars variants next to Scotty Young variants with a red line through them, 75% off. Now you can't find none of that shit, dude. Not a fucking one, bro. But
That's crazy.
so that's where we are with Thrawn. Yeah, thanks for well, he gave us this up. All right, cool. Well, that's where we got that. We're gonna go through toys, and then we're gonna go to which comic books that Wayseeker, what keys he thinks we should buy or not. But we'll see. All right, Dom, what do we got?
All right, so we got some more Star Wars pops that are on the way and some potentially on the way. So we got this Darth Vader tee, glow in the dark Darth Vader shirt pop. Looks pretty badass. You know, I like the black and red, so I might have picked that
I
up.
like when they isn't this at Target?
I don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Bro, this is the problem with it. This is the problem with it. You ever go these? I always wait for these to go on clearance, and you can never like every once in a while you get a lucky and you can find anything above a large. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll find one. It'll just be one. But there'll be 50 fucking smalls, 50 mediums on this bitch.
I went to Target and they had about like 6 or 7 Boba Fett freaking popping tea.
Yeah.
They had small, medium, they had smalls and mediums. That was it. No large.
Hold on. I put on one of these larges too. That shit ain't a large. Not in any other brand. That shit's a large. It ain't a large. It ain't a dude's large. It's a unisex large. And if you got neither's the extra large, like I'm just saying, the extra large it up. It probably is the same way. Extra large is the same way for sure. Any of these that it says, like go put some shoulders in this. You put a couple shoulders in here. Now, if you've got a nice petite figure like Wayseeker, okay, it probably is.
Wow.
You probably typically you can fit into a large maybe or an extra large.
I can fit into a medium easy.
No, you couldn't.
No, I can. I can fit into normal smalls. I can fit into a medium.
Oh yeah, that's so you are normally a small. I thought you were normally a medium, so I was saying you could fit into large. But like, if you can fit into normal small, then you can fit into medium here. Yeah,
Top
for sure.
shirts, I have a lot of large. They fit a little snuggy too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a medium.
No, also too, like I have a longer torso, so I buy the like. If you're tall or you have a long torso, good luck with these Funko shirts. You got to buy 2 sizes up.
They're cool though. Some of them are cool, but
I like them. Yeah, there's cool, but you can never you can never buy them in the right size. All right,
so,
next up.
So right now, the Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian
Thank you, Mr. Appleman. Compliment the Wayseeker.
That's right.
is actually up for pre-order right now. Entertainment Earth and Target. The Bo-Katan exclusive hasn't dropped yet. I actually like the clear white base she has, the flame coming up. I like those pops with the flame the flame base, which is pretty cool.
Well, at least it's a little something extra.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
There's yours right here, Dom. You got to get 10 of these.
It's up on Amazon Prime right now. It should be there for pre-order. I actually like this one, but I'm not getting it.
Good. Hey, everybody, round of applause for Dom. Congratulations, Dom. Good job. Proud of you.
So this is actually just drop potential leak. We don't know when it's dropping. We don't know if it's going to be a Target or a Hot Topic exclusive.
Okay.
But the 501 First Clone Trooper Phase 1, which is actually pretty damn cool. That's 1 or 2. Look like 2. I think Phase 2. Pretty cool.
Phase 1.
Phase 1 or Phase 2?
I don't know. It looks like a Phase 1 trooper.
All right. So.
All right.
This gentleman, Scarlet Joker, is actually a huge leaker of Funko Pops, and his track record is really good with leaking pops. But remember, with these pops, you have to understand, Funko changes their mind sometimes. Sometimes they don't fall, but these are potentially towards mid to late 2024. So since it is the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, we are getting a couple of Phantom Menace pops. Palpatine. We're gonna get a Count Dooku. We're gonna get a Darth Maul. We're gonna get a Vader First Appearance Deluxe. We're gonna be getting a Vader on Throne. Everybody's getting a Throne all of a sudden. Everybody sits on a throne. Darth Vader with TIE Fighter ride. A Kylo Ren Deluxe and a 10-inch Palpatine. Who wants a 10-inch Palpatine? I don't. But
I don't get it. I don't get it.
These are just a mixture of some of them, but the Phantom Menace is the 25th anniversary. It'll be a lot of them dropping in, so we get malls and stuff like that. But
do we have them all? We have them all already, right?
Yeah, we got a few of them.
So why do we need more?
Because it's a popular character. People like Maul. So
I'm pretty sure they've made that Darth Vader riding a TIE Fighter one before too.
Yeah, I have it. I actually have the original one somewhere sitting. I actually have in the storage unit. I don't have it anymore.
So,
They
so
what?
John's asking what makes them deluxe, Dom.
What makes them deluxe? Okay, so it's going to be a bigger box. Like this is a deluxe box right here. I'll show you right now. This is a deluxe box. I actually just picked this up. The
Hold
skip.
on.
The skip, Boba Fett.
Because it's bigger.
Yeah, because it's like a big piece, a bigger box compared to.
Is it a bigger piece though? Is the figure bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bigger piece. Because look,
Because it's got stuff on it. Gives it a
yeah,
base.
the
and shit.
stand.
Yeah.
The stand is this freaking Jabba's chef freaking thing. So it's bigger. So it's in a bigger box.
All right, fair enough. That's a fair question.
So
All right.
you got that. You go to the next slide.
Oh, okay, boss. Here we go.
Thank you. So they're going to come out with a 1997 comic cover. Star Wars when Dark Horse reprinted the number one. They did the
Okay.
number one for the
Yeah.
special edition.
Yeah.
You know, so the coming out with a comic cover. So it's going to be based off the
It's gonna be just like what Black Series did.
yeah. It's going to be it's going to be a pop with a picture of the comic cover in the back in plastic, which I have the Boba Fett somewhere over there. It's always over there. Yeah. So, but those are pretty cool. I'm actually waiting for the Boba Fett 42 first appearance to come out.
And to answer whoever's question was earlier, Dom lives in a New York apartment that has a door to Narnia, and he can just
Yes.
keep putting stuff into the door to Narnia, and pull it out.
it's like Santa Claus's sack.
Hmm.
You pull out gifts, all these crazy gifts out of his magical sack. Wayseeker wouldn't know that.
We were talking about drinking balls, and now we're talking about pulling stuff out of our sacks. What a great show this has become.
I'm so done.
All right,
I'm
So
done.
now this is what I'm excited about. So apparently the Fit Legacy, Legacy they're coming out with, they're gonna have a glow in the dark Boba Fett with rockets, finally a young Boba Fett. Finally, I can get Daniel Logan to sign a fucking young Boba Fett pop and a Jango Fett because the regular Jango Fett is actually over $100.
I don't understand why Dom is complaining about anything that Star Wars ever does because they give him stuff that only he would buy.
I know. Hey, I'm happy, but remember, these are potential. We don't know. We'll see.
Are we
Alright,
going to
so this
get
is
like
statue,
Jango with his head cut off? Because that would be cool.
You know what? I'm waiting for the deluxe pop to come out with him fighting Mace Windu with the head on the floor, and then the other one with the young Boba
Yeah.
holding the.
That would be cool. Give me
Hey.
one with Jango's head cut off.
Chohiba, DM me on Instagram. I don't know what it is, but I can go back and find it. It's backlinked in there someplace. If you don't have it, all right. Go ahead, Dom.
Yeah, so this is dropping so I just dropped a couple of weeks ago. I think it's up for pre-order still. I think you can get it. A TIE Fighter pilot. I believe this is from Gentle Giant, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
So it's pretty cool piece. Probably run you about $200 potentially.
Okay.
So because I have a Boba Fett that's about the same size as this, so it's like $200. So
All right, there you go.
this is dropping from Sideshow Yoda, $600. So it's a huge statue. It's just like a 1/12 scale statue, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
$600. I mean, it's cool.
Get
It
out
ain't
of
that
here.
cool.
People buy it. Hey, honestly, me and Dom went to that place before. Dom knows which place I'm talking about, the cons, because they go everywhere.
Yep.
And they have these ones, like they have the X-Men ones where it's a Sentinel, it's like $1,000. Bro, yeah, they sell every. They've got
do.
bigger booths over the last 2 years than they used to have. That's how. I mean, they'll sell it. This shit will sell.
So they have an exclusive and a collector's edition. The exclusive will run you. Hold on one second. Let's see,
Ruben, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't got
Yeah.
room.
That was
That's
John.
600
Oh, yeah.
bucks. So it's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm just telling Ruben he doesn't have room.
Yeah, he doesn't have a room.
Yeah,
Oh, this is cool.
for you-
How much is this thing though?
This is 120 bucks. It's the mini.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
bust.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's the mini bust.
Oh, it's a mini
I thought
bust. I
about
thought
it.
this was a figure.
No, it's a mini bust.
I like
It's
Embo, dude.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Embo. Finally, we get some Embo love. You know, not
Mhm.
a lot of Embo stuff is made. So he is a badass bounty hunter that needs some more time. What they should do is bring him back in the Bad Batch or do something. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
Imbo will come back. Imbo will come back someday. I
they
don't know
will.
about
Yeah, they're bringing him back. If Dave's along, they're bringing him back.
Yeah.
Ruben's laughing at you.
So it's Han Solo Endor. This is dropping soon. Pretty cool likeness of Harrison Ford. You know, the Endor. See, there's a big collector's market out here for these busts. There are so many of them, and if you collect these, everybody has their niche and things. So pretty cool. But this is 120. It's coming soon.
Dang!
Here's the Hera.
Holy shit! Yeah, that looks like her. That looks like the live action.
It's not bad.
Got the Ahsoka pose down too. You know.
Yeah, everybody
Got
has
it
their arms
across her
full. Yeah. You know, so
that's deep.
it's pretty cool.
I wonder if that's how Dave Filoni. I'm not saying this as disrespectful, but I do wonder if that's how Dave Filoni's mom, like, that's her pose, and he transposes that to
I think
every.
that's his pose. I think that's his pose.
No, he doesn't pose like that. No, he doesn't. He's too short.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, don't you think? Because like every woman,
That's only the women in his life.
Yeah,
some woman.
Yeah,
The men never have their arms like that. But it's the women.
yeah,
love
it's
the
all.
detail. I love the detail in these.
Anakin did every once in a while, but not as much. All the women always are like this. So
it's a pretty good likeness of her.
Yeah,
So-
no, that's good. I like it. It's good.
hold on. Before somebody gives us it in the comments, we know there was only 3 poses that he drew for the. We know the cross-armed one. It was a joke. Relax, okay? It was funny till we had to explain it. Okay, sorry, Dom. I'm sorry. I just had to do that PSA before.
Yeah, that's. So this is actually, I think it's out to order now. It's limited 2,000 pieces, and it's 600
shit.
plus bucks.
How much?
600.
You buying it?
I actually had this on pre-order, and I think they kept my because I didn't have enough money on one of my cards. It canceled and never re-upped. I just let it go. Eventually, I'll get it. I'll pick it up eventually. It's pretty cool. I like the I like this Boba Fett with the whole worn from his helmet and armor is all worn. So I like that.
Yeah, it's cool, but
All right, so they dropped the Night Trooper for Hot Toys. This is like 250 bucks. Not bad, you know. But I'm not getting it. As badass as it looks, I do like the Night Troopers, but I'm not getting
Gonzo
it.
that was in here earlier. He was a troop builder also. Yeah,
That's not wrong.
No, it's not a bird dropping.
It's not wrong. There's lots of them.
good. Thank you. It did look like pigeons came by and shat up.
It's a
This is called the New York. This is called the New York Boba Fett.
I would honestly
Bunch of
rather
pigeons
watch
shit all
pigeons.
over.
I'd rather watch pigeons dropping on Boba Fett than the Vespa gang. So like, sign me up.
Dude, that does look like pigeon shit all over. All right,
How
Night
bad,
Trooper.
how bad would that be if they spent 5 minutes in an episode with pigeons just dropping all over Boba
That's
Fett?
what they're gonna do now.
Every time I stand someplace, a bird shitting. Yeah. So you can't have a Night Trooper without Enox.
You
So they drop
can.
Enox.
You could. It'd
Well,
be
you could,
okay.
but Enox is badass, man. I like this.
No, he didn't. He didn't do anything.
I know, but he will be doing things. It's just appearance. Look,
I'll be honest. No, hold on though. In Dom's defense, not in Dom's defense. I think what Dom means is if Dom was a kid and they came out with a Captain Enoch as a toy, like a G.I. Joe or a Star Wars toy, I would definitely think it was cool as shit and bought it too. That's what I think Dom is saying. And so I think what Dom says they're definitely probably going to is because in his mind, when he goes to bed, he gets his Boba Fett with ejecting rocket and he gets his captain. And in his head, he was playing
Are you sure
with
it's
them.
in his head? Do you not? I think Dom does this every night before bed. Really?
I didn't know.
It's
I
my
didn't see
thing
those.
where I go
No,
to
because they
sleep.
don't have this in the Flag series yet.
I do that, and then I fall asleep like a baby. I just sleep like this.
Yeah, that's so. When he says these great stories, he's right. But what he means is, well, not official stories, more like the stories he
I'm gonna
creates.
be like, I'll tell you this right now, Wayseeker. When I see a toy and it's cool, I reminisce when I was a kid. As much as I would love to have it, I know I know right now I can't. I just financially and space.
Yeah, it gets to be too much.
It does. Look, my showcases, I'm moving things over. I'm moving things around. I've been busy this whole week trying to reconfigure my toys and stuff like that, my statues. I just don't have the space. And
But I think what I think you're saying too, though, like because you do think of it as like in your imagination, this character I mean, it looks all like a combination of a He-Man character and a G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
And then they put Star Wars shit on it. And they put Star Wars because they gave it close stuff. So, like, yeah, as a kid, I'd be like, hell to the yeah.
Think about it. It reminds me of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire when you had the guys with the masks on and stuff like that. So it's cool. And I see it in my head like, wow, if I was a kid, definitely. That's how I fell in love with Boba Fett when I was a kid. And that's just the way he looked.
Yeah, but that doesn't but in reality, Wayseeker's right. Reality, the character sucks.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right, so D's already dropped.
That Luke sucks.
That
Luke sucks.
They all
sucks.
They're all pretty
40th
bad.
anniversary.
That Obi's pretty bad too.
Big Pin. I think they're up for order now. People have them already.
Bro,
so.
I can't keep my eyes off of how shitty that Luke looks.
I'm just saying that Obi is like the Obi.
Fuck that, dude. That's like saying, like, oh, that dude's a trade wreck. He's got like teeth all over the place. His eyes are all woogly eyed. And you're like, hey, the dude next to him kind of looking a little rough because he doesn't look like he's shaved in a while. No, dude, that Luke is
smiles.
a train wreck.
Like that. Like, can you just imagine Obi like having that fake smile, whatever that is?
Who's that Luke trying to be, bro? He doesn't have a forehead. He's got a
Luke
6 head.
Luke is trying to be like
on the
Bro, that don't look like him. He got his collar popped. He's got a 6 head.
Right,
he's got a 5 head plus another 5 head. He's got a 2 foreheads put together. He's got an 8 head going on there. His hair is he's kind of got like a soft mullet with feathered mullet, like a duck's ass in the back.
The fig pin. People like the fig pins.
Nobody likes that shit, bro. Who?
Nobody wants this.
He's got club foot. His front foot's a club foot. Like, what are we doing here? No, that's not even Luke. That they went and saw some goofball cosplaying.
The Anakin is a retailer exclusive, so it's a retail. You can only get it from the retail.
They went over to BK's house. They took a picture of him and put him on there. That's what that is. Club foot and got a big old 8 head going on over there. Ugh. All right. Next up.
This is for Wayseeker. For $120, you get a cute Ewok with a scanned baby in his hand.
This is cute, but like $120.
Cute.
Yeah. From
dude, look though, it will eat you. It's got its teeth ready to eat you.
Yeah.
It's priced out of like the cute price point. Like if it was $40, I could be talked into that.
This kind of looks like a Precious Moments though, so like
yeah, it does. It just dropped, so it's for pre-order now. So if you want to get it, go to Sideshow Collectibles.
Or don't.
Yeah,
we're not. Nobody's doing that.
All right, so the last couple of months, Topps, when you get the card, the cards that usually buy in Topps on their website. They have
the top.
They have the Star Wars, and they make them each year like the 1958 style, So the last couple of weeks, they've had Star Wars cards that dropped on this site. So I can't remember which year some of these the styles were, but I like this style. The Tatooine. Look what it says on top of Obi-Wan Kenobi's Sudan.
That's the planet. We know.
I know. I'm just saying, but it's kind of cool how they put that. Coruscant. So I like the way they do that, like the baseball teams.
That's cool, I guess.
Then you have this style, which
I like this style better.
Hey! How's Harrison Ford doing? Hey,
Harrison Ford's string. What the hell is that?
It flew off in the wind, bro.
But these cards are pretty cool too. The colors pop. I love the colors on these.
Yep, they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
And these are the newest ones that dropped.
What the fuck is Lando pissed at?
I know.
He's like, "Oh, you motherfucker!"
Like, took my Coke 45.
I don't like the Snow Trooper. That's the red, and I don't know.
Work. So I think these are limited. These are limited to 100 a piece. I think 100. I'm not sure. I'm not.
What is going on with Luke? They're doing Luke no justice here. They gave him buck teeth in this thing, and too.
Well, that's
Luke Skywalker. Hey, hold on. Wookie gets it for this. He had quad head, complete with freaking club foot in the last one.
Ring the bell.
And then they got bucktooth Luke in this one. What are we doing here, guys?
Right there, man.
All right.
All right, so I want to show a couple things. I know the way it's shaped, it's supposed to be longer, so you don't really see this. It's actually ticket from Star Wars. from Japan
Hmm.
when Star Wars premiered in Japan, and it's graded a 6. And I don't know how much it was going for, but this is a pretty cool piece to have. If you're a Star Wars collector, you want to collect these. The way
Little
it
behind
looks
Astro.
like a card, but it's a ticket. It's a whole ticket from the movie itself. So
that's kind of cool.
that's pretty cool.
A New Hope 78. Oh, 78. New Hope
78. Because it premiered, I think, later on in Japan, overseas later on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Still,
Movie theater. It was advanced ticket too, so it was the early stuff. It is cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn sticks.
For
Damn sticks. Give it to him. Yeah. Fucking sticks. Give it to him.
So, how about
Hold on, we gotta give it to him. Good job, sticks. I didn't know Luke was.
How about Chewbacca's bowcaster? It's sold.
Did it sell or did it not sell? It's up for. It was up for best offer.
I didn't know if it sold, but that's what they're selling
I
it for.
don't think it sold.
$490,000. Crazy. Six watchers.
I mean, if I'm paying, Han's Blaster sold for what, 1.2?
Yeah.
If I'm paying 1 for 2 for Han's Blaster, it's not outrageous to
this
pay.
Seems like a deal, especially to be signed.
He signed
it's cooler than that Blaster. It's not.
Watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth.
Cooler of the two.
You better watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth.
Wookie's got my back.
No, he says he's priced out. Yeah.
Everyone's priced out.
I don't know. It is. I mean, it's kind of cool for what it is. And you get the little SIG on there, and it probably comes. I mean, it's authenticated, so that's kind of cool. That's the New Hope one.
See if you had an undisputed one. So here, Freddy Funko Clone Trooper, only 12 pieces available, $45,000 sold for a 12-piece Freddy Funko. So these Funko Pops do sell.
I don't get it.
Well, that's not all of them, but yeah, some sell. The majority of them end up in a trash heap in New Jersey.
I know, but so this is a collector's item. So they have a Boba Fett that is 196 pieces, but also there's two versions. You have a green hair, which is 196 pieces, and then you have the red hair, 24 pieces.
Of a Freddy Funko Boba Fett?
Yeah. Don't have those.
Yeah, that's a good crossover.
Yeah, so
all right, that's cool.
And there you go.
That was it. All right. Cool. Good job, Dom. That's good stuff. All right, Wayseeker, let's get into the last little bit today. How low
will they go? We're going to be looking at Aphra stuff. This is thanks to John. John asked last week for us to take a look at
nice.
Aphra stuff.
John. We should have shot him out earlier.
And so we made John stick around and not fall asleep because he wanted to, especially wanted to look at the Darth Vader 3, 1 and 25 about what would be a good price. And so, as you know, this section is like if you're trying to buy something, I think also looking at what the downside risk is just important what the upside is. And so what is the downside risk still to something if you were buying it now? And so we're going to kind of give you what we think there is still potential risk in for some of these books. So this is the one, I think a lot of people want if they love Aphra. This is the 1 in 25. We're looking at the CGC 9.8 for these. And so an idea of what the high for this book was when we go to the last few years.
This cover? It's a cool cover, but like Darth Vader's putting his hand out. He's not even reaching his hand out to go over to reach her. He has it out, but he has the lightsaber out at the same time. So it's like, do I trust him? Kind of like type of thing. Yeah. It might be a scary story. Remember? He has a little hand.
I wouldn't trust him for a second.
Yeah, I know, right? No, but this cover, people do like this cover. This book is actually, I still need this in my PC. I do too.
I don't need a 9.8. I just need a roll.
Exactly. Because I got a feeling this is the book, of course, is going to go up if she's ever mentioned in a show or if she does appear. So remember how crazy the Thrawn book shot up as soon as Ahsoka mentioned where's Grand Admiral Thrawn, that the book started going through the roof.
Yeah. So
I can see this book dipping, which it probably did dip because
we'll take a look at that. But here's the high. Let's look at the high right now. So the high sales, this is when it was. I can go back 3 years of that.
But that's 9.8. Yeah, 9.8, right? Yeah.
These are all 9.8s. So you have for the high sales from the 9/8 in the last 3 years. They all came in 2021, which is not a surprise during the height of the pandemic. And this thing was going for 25, 25, 24, right there in that range for the high sales in 2021. So here we are almost 3 years later from those high sales. And we're seeing the prices. They have dipped. I'm not saying they haven't dipped, but compared to other things, they haven't dipped as much. I mean, we're looking at 60% down. Not some of the other times we looked at 80 or 90.
It's still a huge hike to pre-pandemic era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, we're still looking at 1,000. I mean, to 1,100 for this thing. At its lows. There are some sales that are above this, but this is at the low for a 9/8. Which is fascinating because we're seeing we looked at this last time in the 10 keys. You can get a 9/8 of the A cover for like 160. We were saying,
yeah.
So this thing is traveling higher percentage wise than it was because when it was at the A cover was like a 500. That's when this thing was at 2,500. So now we're still seeing like 10 times the A cover sale.
Just
so
imagine
the value a lot better than the A cover.
If the characters of the A cover were on this, if you had the droids on this book too, this book would be even more.
Maybe.
John, I think if you're patient, you can get it for that price.
I think if you keep offering 9, you're gonna find sooner than later.
You'll find somebody sell it
for 9.
As long as especially now in the hiatus. Like before Wu kind of comes back with some stuff, it's not looked on as doing that great right now. I would assume that you could probably sneak one in for a 9.
Get it before.
And I'll be honest with you. Go to this is your best bet. If you can find a local comic dealer that has it, just pull up this and say, like, look, these are those sales. There's 1,027. Where else I'll do 30% less for eBay fees. You could go sell it at eBay fees. You can pay a cost to get it and sell it there, but I'm going to give you whatever, $900. What's 30% of this?
30% would be like $750.
Yeah, $750.
I don't think you're going to see eBay that low. But
eBay doesn't take 30% though.
Well, I would tell them though. No, I would tell that was the old fee. I'll tell them 30% either way because that's how I do it.
Hey,
what's he going to come back
go
with?
To Baltimore Comic Con this year.
25.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, ask Dom. Dom's been with me. I do that shit all the time, and it works. Like. You don't be a dick about it, but it works. Because you just mention the word eBay and they freak out like it's the devil. You could say 50% on eBay. They don't give a shit. Say it. But you're not going to get it for $750, but I bet you'll get it for like not under 9. Because they're going to think about it.
Under 9, yeah.
They're going to think about it. They're going to be like, damn, the hassle, everything else. What happens when somebody sends it back? What happens with this? What happens with that? Da-da-da-da. I hate eBay anyways because they all hate eBay. They all make money off eBay. All hate eBay. So yeah, you could get it for cheaper than that.
I'm gonna definitely try to get one before 2025 because I got a feeling something's brewing. I don't know. If I dig my soul, there's gonna be something with.
You don't have to say something's brewing, Dom. It's brewed. This book a couple of years ago, like even that this is a fall off of over 50%, it's now proving that like the floor is $1,000, like around there for a while. It's gonna be sticking around 1,000, huh?
You want to know what I paid for mine pre-pandemic?
Yeah, probably $200. Not even.
Yeah, so I bought it at the end of 2018, and I paid $230.
200.
9/8.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
That was about the price. Yep.
It's not going that low. I think you could.
That's what I'm saying. The ship's sale on that. You could still like when I'm saying
maybe
there's a different low. Can we speak to this too? When we're saying the low, like the floor, there's a different eBay floor than there is a negotiating live floor, right? Like there's two different prices. So if I'm saying I think 1,000 is the floor, then you hear me say, well, he's gonna get one for $900. Yeah, that's the today price, not the eBay price. You know what I mean? The eBay price, yeah, I think this is gonna be $950, $1,000 right in that range. You know what I mean? 900, 1,000, but it's there, Dom. So you have enough fandom for this character that I think that's where we're gonna kind of level out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I stole all my tactics from my cousin Joe.
We already got 2 Black Series figures. We got 2 different vintage.
Well, to see,
I can see a hot toy or maybe a Funko Pop at Celebration 2025, maybe down.
Well, not only that, she has a novel out already. She has
It's time. It's been about 10 years, and I think.
Yeah, that's usually when Star stuff. You
I
start
think it
series
takes about 10 years usually.
to get it going.
And so I think 2025 is that 10-year marker. And I think that's when we say it's
I
about
don't
time.
know. We keep saying that, but you look at we just talked about Valance. Look at poor Valance has been stuck in the comic books for like 40 years now. So
I know.
Valance hasn't had 2 series after Valance, named after Valance.
yeah,
And
Um,
Valance doesn't have all of the things that are going for Aphra. A queer
Yoga.
character that is deeply beloved. And Star Wars fans, there's lots of Star Wars fans. Some
For what?
would be mad about it, but lots of Star Wars fans want to see Aphra. I think in a way that they don't want to see Valance.
Well, yeah, I don't see anybody. I mean, you see maybe one person cosplaying Valance ever, and you see plenty of people now cosplaying.
they walked up to them and like, "Are you the Terminator?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Valance was out before the Terminator, before Cable, and that's the funny thing. Everybody said, "Oh, he's a ripoff." No, they're a ripoff of what he was.
Agreed. Yoga. I think you have to be. I think you're using general terms here, and it has to be clarified. Some of these like modern books, it's people. The ones that are people's favorite character, and this has got 3 characters in it that people love. Like they absolutely love them. Now, if you're just talking about some of the other variants, yes, I agree. I don't understand it as much as why they'd hold on for this. But for a character that people dress up, they write fan fiction over, like they do that type of stuff. And by the way, this is what 2016. This is almost a 10-year-old book too. It didn't start out at
15, I think.
Yeah, 15.
15. Sorry, yeah. So either way, it's almost a 10-year-old book. It's not like this character hasn't held on for a long time and created fandom. That's what happened with Miles Morales too. You know what I mean? Not to relate it to a different thing, but like eventually you saw enough of it. Go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
I was gonna say we're kind of. I mean, when we're talking Star Wars comics too, we're kind of in a niche of comic collecting, right?
Agreed.
Where there's only been 40 years of comics. You can't go all the way back to like the 50s and pick up a Star Wars comic.
Also agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, there's been long hiatuses of no comics
Right.
in that time period because the first run ended in what 87, and there weren't comics again until like 1992.
Yeah.
So
Even
I mean,
later, I think.
it's not like the comic market for Star Wars specifically goes back that far.
And the other thing I think you have going for it too is this is right when the reboot happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of those Legends characters that aren't nearly as popular as they were because are they ever coming back? Their stories have changed. It's not.
Hey, hold on. Like, let's stop lying about the legacy.
I mean, you have people like Dom who's just like dying for Zizor, but like people like that, who's really dying for Zizor other than Dom?
There are people. It's the underfigure world.
Our Dash Rendar. Who's really dying for Dash Rendar?
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Like when everybody pines so much over the good old days. Yeah, well, you're pining so much over books that were not selling. They were piling up in warehouses. Like, let's not lie. Dark Horse did pallet sales and then would throw extra books on top just to get them out of the warehouse because the shit wasn't selling. Dark Horse didn't. If Marvel was, because Marvel then went off and started giving stuff out to Image. Or no, not Image, IDW. It wasn't about, if Legend stuff was fucking killing it, they stayed. They have their own publishing arm. They stayed with Del Rey. Why didn't they move away from Del Rey? Because the novels were fucking killing it for Star Wars. Let's stop rewriting fucking history here. All right? Those books weren't, like, there's a ton of shit in there that's not fucking good. Real not good.
Well,
listen. Well, look.
This series in particular too had quite a bit of hype behind it because you got to think this was Darth Vader is one of the most recognizable characters.
This is still one of the best
years.
runs.
This is the first time you had a comic book titled Darth Vader,
and one of the best runs.
Yeah.
This is one of the best runs in Star Wars.
Yep.
I mean, hands down.
In 40 years
in the series, it was
no shit. Hold on. Yeah, name a better run than this Gillian Darth Vader run.
In 40 years.
Star Wars?
In 40 years.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I mean, it's kind of tough to view it through a microscope. I don't know if I went back, being as young as I am, if I went back into the 70s or late 70s, early 80s and thought Star Wars comics back then were groundbreaking. Maybe, I don't know, but because you're viewing it through a modern day scope. But
Sure. But there's not many, even still.
no. And comparatively speaking, like if you go back and compare this to stuff that Dark Horse put out, blows it out of the water.
Sticks can't even spell Zizor right. But that's right.
Listen, I know it's an expert. Thank you, Sticks.
That's how much we know Sticks is going for president right there.
No, but you see, but this book has, even though it dipped, it still stood the test of time because of the writing and the character that's in it. So Vader and the first appearance of Aphra.
All right.
This book, I could see, even though it dipped, will be on its way back up again eventually.
No, but it's still like, even with its dip, what I'm saying is like there's a readjustment. Like it was 280 in 18, 230 really. You could probably get for 210. JJ probably overpaid.
Well, you want to,
but
the whole hype,
what I'm saying
was
this book was hyped to do. Before we first off,
you got 4 princesses.
hold on. There wasn't. It's not like there was. It's not like this was printed like 90s comics or early 2000 comics. Do remember, it still wasn't printed that much. They did have multiple printings of it. I get that. But when this book came out, it hit a lot of things. It hit CGC board. A lot of people were buying it who typically don't buy Star Wars. They said, even back then, they were saying the woke Star Wars thing. This is the character that everybody's going to push. They did the same thing with Miles Morales. And obviously Miles finally went through. So some people bought the hell out of it. Some people stayed away from it. It was still a good run. It turned out the character was very good. People thoroughly enjoyed it. So I don't think we can put this under the banner of there's a bazillion copies out there. No, there actually wasn't. The LCSs were worried at this time about ordering this. Okay. They were worried about it. They eventually, with all some of their,
yes, John, I would pick it up.
So here's what I would say, John. I think if you can get it for a third price, that's what I would be looking at for 9.6.
Exactly.
So if this thing is like $340 for a 9.6, I think that's an okay price. I am not okay with people who want to pay 50% of 9.8 prices for 9.6. So if you see it for 500,
9.6s and 9.8s are freaking crazy how they fluctuate. But if you can get it for a good price, I would pick it up. 9.6s all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good book. Speaking of
Vader 3. Another thing before you start, there's another thing. The Book of Boba Fett. There was the rumor swirling that Dr. Aphra was going to show up in it, and that's why I figured people.
Whose rumor?
No, I'm just saying the rumor that.
There was no rumor.
There was a rumor.
Not from anybody that.
I know not know.
He's
well
right. There was a
names
rumor.
that
There
say,
was
but
incredible
rumor on
rumors.
the net.
There's a lot of rumors of things that were going to show up, but but so you're saying it went up because of that? I'm not sure. I think Black K also. Once you see Black K, you kind of get like, oh shit. People, it gets in their head. We didn't think we were going to see Black K. We saw Black K. Well, Black K has a direct link to this character, even if he is skipping down fucking the Yellow Brick Road.
Okay, stop.
All right,
talking
about the other Darth Vader 3. This is the 4th print. This is the hardest to find. I know Marco is not a fan of later printings.
I have
because they're reprints.
This one has
it's a reprint.
The A print, but
production. No, it's reprint.
It's a reprint
for price wise, and so as you can see here, the high sales on this one in a 9.8 in 2022 and 2021, you're looking at $1,250, $1,200, and $1,000.
That's way too much. You're stupid if you're buying this. This is literally the equivalent of buying a True Believer. You bought a True Believer, and now this is where I agree with you, Yoga.
I don't think that is that bad, but yeah, I agree that.
Why it came out? It came out well after the next issue. It's not a reprinting. It's a reprinting, not a fourth. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, they use fourth printing on.
There basically was a True Believer version of this, the Halloween Fest one.
The Halloween Festival one, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's technically the. Hey, that's the 5th printing though. Why doesn't that one go for more? It's the 5th printing.
Because it just doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't because of the verbiage. That's where these two comments right here. That's where Zaggy. I feel you're right on that. People didn't know what they're talking about, and they thought stuff that they did and they didn't. That's where I agree with Yoga too.
I don't think this one will ever go down to those levels. I
don't think anybody. I don't think people really. I think there's a couple people who think they care, but nobody really cares about this book.
So here you are at low sales. These are low sales. These are not the high sales. We've seen higher sales than that since. You're still looking right now at the low 3.5 times the A cover in a 9.8. And we just had a sale not too long ago for 700 in this one. So
I'm buying the variant over a reprint any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, look, you can't fix stupid. So,
but again, this one is not decreasing nearly as fast and as far as the A print, which is fascinating to me. That this one still goes for such a premium over the first printing.
Well, because at one
this
point,
this is the worst part about these reprints. How you know it's a reprint is because they changed the color. This is actually the cover for the first print. They then just
change the background.
Yeah, it's blue, green,
blue,
purple,
then red, then green,
blue, red,
purple.
green, then purple. Yeah, and then what was the last color? There's 2 more colors, but whatever.
No, not for this one, but
yeah. In general,
yellow is 6.
Whenever they're doing the reprints, they just do them in different.
I think there was a 6 print. There was no yellow.
There was for other books.
Not for this
Star Wars
comic.
1.
Star Wars 1, there was
Oh, okay, yeah. There was like almost 10 printings in number 1.
Yeah,
or 12
there's a
printings.
lot.
Yeah.
Like Marcus said, the 5th print is the Halloween Fest version.
Yeah, 5th print is the Halloween Fest version. Yeah, so if you like this one, the A's actually you can get the 8 cover and the 9.8 cheaper than this.
Yeah, the second print is the cheapest.
Boy, Rivals is on its 6th reprint.
Yeah,
the second print is by far the cheapest, and that one goes for about half the price of the first print. The green one in the first print, for whatever reason, go for about the same. And then the 4th print is about triple the price of the first print.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, if you get them, sell them. You know what I mean? Like, this is, yeah, go ahead. I mean, I know people that love this book, and
I love it. I think it's a great book. I think it's
no. I know people that love this, and they try to pitch it all the time.
No.
Yoga would go crazy.
I just love the cover. I love the art. I love how sexy Dr. Aphra looks.
But this is the A cover.
I know. I think
the purple looks better than the blue.
Purple does look better.
Purple does. Okay, I'll give you the purple.
3 times the price better.
No,
the Mace Windu cover.
And it's a reprint. I mean, it's a reprint though. Like of the value of things.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
No. I mean, I'm just saying, like the people who typically are people like a fool in it. Where's Venom? Because he said it right. A fool and his money will be separated. This is proof. Because you're buying a reprint. Because somebody told you, as Zaggy said, some donkey told you that this is something that's super rare.
Just save your money a little bit longer and get the variant.
I'll tell you this: if somebody's willing to sell you mystery packs, I wouldn't exactly take their advice on what's rare and not, because mystery packs is the carny of all carny gimmicks. And there you go.
Look, I'll tell you right now, this book right here, any traction, this book will be almost $1,000 if anything does happen.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah,
this will get hyped, no doubt.
Right, but like there's a very small group that goes back and forth with this. I mean, look at our chat who are Star Wars fans. Look at you guys. Anybody paying $500 for this, more or less $1,000?
So I got it at cover price on the freaking wall when it first dropped.
I think I do have this. I mean, I do have it.
I have one of it. I have all 4 prints.
I think I got it for 50 cents.
I also have the German print, the Italian print. I'm missing the Peruvian and the Mexican print.
I think I originally got this in the green print because I had to finish off my run and I didn't get it. Yeah, Dom, you fall for all of them. A fool, exactly. A fool and his money will be separated easily, bro.
I like the foreign editions. You know what?
Yeah.
I bought it for nothing. I got like 20 copies of this for free.
I got it for free.
Yeah.
I wasn't collecting back then. All right, so now we're gonna look at a few of the Aphra variants.
You should sell this, Ruben. You should. There's better things you can buy.
You know better.
He could buy something way
Ruben
better.
doesn't sell. All right.
This one.
This is the one I think is one of the favorites.
So
maybe not the favorite. Probably up there with the Netbox is up there with favorite covers.
Yeah.
I put this one at a 9.6 because the 9.8s are so rare.
Super
The
rare.
last 2 sales of a 9.8 are at $2,000.
Jeez.
God, I have such regrets.
I have a raw. I don't have a. It's not a 9.8, but I have a raw.
I
Of
never
this
even
one.
got that book.
So I wanted to look at something that has a little bit more volume than like one sale every year, which is kind of what the 9.8 has.
Yeah.
So that's why I moved this thing down to a 9.6.
Mojo, it does look better than purple. Yeah.
But this is a beautiful cover.
Really? Aphra.
I-
This
it's
is probably what. This is one of the
Pretty
worst
good looking cover in
Afras.
person.
Yes, I agree. I actually I think this is one of Kay's best covers. I like the Vader. I like everything going up to Aphra's face, and then I go, well, maybe it's because I said this instead of buying it. Like, that fucking sucks. And then
Did you-
just walk
You
up
don't
there.
have this one?
I might, but I know I didn't originally buy it when it came out because
Yeah.
I was like I probably, if I bought it on the discount wall because I looked at those eyes and was like, that's the worst shit. It's not good.
I like it. So here's the high sales for a 9.6. 700, 550, 510. Look at the high sales when they are, though. This is fascinating. You don't see this very often when we're looking at stuff, but the high sales, 2 of those high sales were last year. So
What you
this
don't
one
see is JJ's dumbass about 3 months before that selling it for like
Selling for $50.
$375.
Oh,
it might
nice.
be on the low sales. I don't know. There's some low sales that would take place. You sold 9.6 or just a raw?
9.6. It was the one I originally purchased,
It might be you.
and it got graded 9.6, and I sold it 9.6.
Low sales. No, low sales were in 21.
No, mine was a little bit higher than those.
Yeah.
There was a cheap bin, and so that's why I put it in there because sometimes you can find cheaper buy it nows, and I have a feeling that one got put up and sold right away because prior to that, in 23, you were.
Did you
seeing
say
like,
it? They said they bought it at. Did you say they binned it? Shoot, I can look it up real quick.
No, it was the guy offered. The guy had to buy it now for 300, and it was bought. So I don't know how quick, but I have a feeling that he mispriced it cheap, and he didn't know what it was worth. So sometimes you find a cheap bin for 300, and so the one that just sold was 300. So,
I mean, this is one of those books that kind of confuses people. I'll be honest. Like, a lot of times people see it, they don't know what it was because it's kind of rare.
That book actually looks like,
and a lot of people don't remember that it had a 1 in 100 because most of the Star Wars variants at that time didn't.
And it's ugly. And it's ugly. And it's ugly.
Looks like the Vader Down book. Sometimes people get mixed up too. Sometimes the Vader Down variant.
How?
Because it has Vader Aphra on the cover. People just, I know I probably missed it because I probably mistaken that I had it already without realizing I didn't have it.
This one is still on the trajectory up. And I don't know how low it goes because I don't think we're really seeing much of a trajectory down because the highest sales have pretty much been some of the most recent sales from 2023.
Hey guys, as they do that, we might, if we can get to work, we're going to spin a wheel to do a giveaway. So put the one by your name, and I'm going to try to see if we can work this wheel. But we're not going to tell you what we're going to give you away yet, just in case we can give it away.
The Doctor Aphra 1 in 100.
1 in 100.
That.
There's. Yeah, like I said, the last 2 9.8s are both $2,000.
Did you check the census to see how many of 9.6 versus 9.8?
I didn't check the census to how much they were.
Curious. I know at one time there was a big discrepancy, and I can't remember what it was. But
I'm guessing so, just because of the number of sales for the 9.8 to 9.6.
I know it's not a 9.8, but a 9.6 is pretty good, man. If you like a book for your PC, you know. 9.6.
I mean, I was happy with it because, like I said, I bought it when it originally came out. Mine graded a 9.6, and I debated for years, probably sending it back, trying to get 9.8, all that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sell it the way it is because I got my money out of it, and I didn't think it was gonna go up at that point. I was like, well, it'll start to go down. Pandemic kind of over with, all that. I was wrong.
John, this is one of the books I would buy in 9.6 because I'm not paying $2,000 for 9.8. If I wanted this thing, I'd much rather pay $400 for a 9.6 than $2,000 for a 9.8 all day.
What about a raw? What about a raw?
Raw, I've seen raw sell for $400, $500.
Yeah, $400. Yeah, right, dude.
Because people
raws
want
are hard
to
to
chase
find
that.
too, to be honest.
What?
Raws are kind of hard to find.
They're hard to find. They are. Yeah.
At least good ones.
I didn't even look to see if there are any up on eBay right now. I know there is a 9.8 up on eBay for $2,500 that somebody was asking for. I think that was the only. I didn't see any Raws, but I didn't check that closely.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you want this one, good luck.
Show, yoga.
Good luck finding it. It's a tough one to find. Here's another one I know JJ loves. I love this one.
I love this one too.
Marco's down on this one. I remember he didn't like this cover that much either. The Stacey Lee Galaxy's Edge 4, 1 in 25, CGC 9.8.
I think it's
The one's coming. Keep the ones coming.
This one though, when is the right time to buy is a question I have. I have 398s on this one, and 2 Raws.
Dang.
That's how much I love this book.
Damn.
And I
Wayseeker,
would buy
the
more
ones I
of
can't
you
get one.
if time. What?
No wonder I can't get one because of you.
Just hoards them.
I would buy more. That's how much I love this book. If I have a chance.
Pumping and
I got a
dumping.
couple
Pumping and
raws.
dumping.
Yeah.
Pumping and dumping.
They're not going anywhere. I'm not dumping. There's no dumping on this book. This book is staying right there.
Pumping
Wait, wait,
and
you can sell-
dumping.
You can sell me one.
Here's the high sales though. I didn't pay anything like this price for it. Don't worry. The high sales for this one, $1,009.99 were the 2
Wow.
high sales for this one in 2022. Now this one has come crashing down. to
Boom
earth.
biscuits.
So
Mhm.
how low does it go?
Wow.
How low does it-
2023, we're seeing these at 245 to 280.
Oh, I wonder why I didn't like it at $1,000 because within less than like a year later, it's
But
1/3
how
the
much
price.
how much lower does this go?
I think it's about
$180. $180.
Nah, I
But
think
if
it's
you
about where it's
notice-
going to land. I say 200 to 250 probably.
Well, 200 is close to 185.
Yeah.
It's right in this book. Think about these books. How many Dr. Aphra so far we've seen that are high priced, and it's Dr. Aphra on the cover. Not many Star Wars books has
Josh BK.
a value, a high value Dr. Aphra books too.
Well, these are variants too, Dom. But yeah.
I know but the variants too. Think about it. Not all the variants from other books are worth a lot more money, but these books, people love Dr. Aphra. That's what I'm trying to say.
They
Dr.
do.
Aphra is a great character. That's
Oh, Joe.
Disney's best brand new character they ever made.
I
I
think the
agree
thing
with
that hurt this one.
You
was-
hold on. Did you say Disney's? You meant Star Wars, right?
Star Wars.
I think
Well,
the Disney
look at
age is what he meant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
But,
it's the most beloved.
I think the thing that this book in particular hurt it was it got hyped, like Marco said, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, and the number that were actually graded exploded
Exploded.
from like 11 to whatever it is now, which is probably close to 100 or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
but
probably
still,
there's probably
I mean,
at
I
least
think
4 or 5 times as many graded now as there were.
I bet you
2
that.
years
I know
ago.
I think right. I don't know
I
how
think-
many more graded are out there that people are to be graded out there because of that.
Well,
reason.
I think part of the problem with it too is like it was such a at the time. It also too when we're seeing these in May of 22 and June of 22, like do remember it did take a lot of get up to go on these, right? Like it wasn't right off the bat. So people were, I mean, let's be honest, what people were doing back at that time, they were scooping up books that they thought were cheap and they could create content on to try to sell on whatnot.
Yep.
So they would buy like 10 of these copies. They buy all the cheap copies up and be like, oh, you know what book? Look, the Aphra's coming. I'm telling you. Look at her.
Well, you know what's funny? This
20,000
guy-
of these sold in the last month. It's like you and your 5 buddies bought 10 books a piece at $10 a piece. Like,
Mhm.
and then one book at 120 and then it
Well,
explodes.
if you really think about it, these books, Galaxy's Edge came out when Galaxy's Edge was questionable. You know, when they
Jesus
have
Christ.
you know, the sequel trilogy characters. You know, people is that, so they came out a comic book, and a lot of people. It's the same thing with the hotel. That just the book with the hotel that they had the comics.
Yeah.
You know, but this Galaxy's Edge, this book actually took off because it had a lot of legacy characters from original trilogy. That's what I'm
We have
trying to say.
14
this book was actually never popular.
Put it one by no, it wasn't. You could pick this up forever. Put it one by your name and if you want to be entered into a raffle type thing. Here's the deal.
I don't think
Like
one
this
goes below
book-
2. I don't think this one goes below 2, and I would not be surprised if like 225 is the low, and we're near
Galaxy's Edge. What was the other one that came out? The one that was about the pilots.
The hotel.
There's that one in
TIE
20
Fighter.
Fighters.
TIE Fighters, including their variants. Neither one of those did very well. I mean, it just sat on shelves. They sat on shelves
TIE Fighter
forever.
variants. Those are ones we should look at again because it's been a while. But some of those are really pricey still.
Yes, those books.
Oh, I agree. But I mean, like those were ones. Well, that's
But
because
he's saying at the time when they first came out.
at the time when they first came out, nobody wanted them. Nobody.
believe it.
They were
Now
on the
you can't
shelves
find them.
forever.
Now
Dude,
you can't find them.
I got all the TIE
Well-
Fighter variants when they first came out.
So
They're
you
all
know what
125,
happened, right?
about $10.
You know what happened, right? Me and JJ, who else was in that? B. Smith and them. We had a list on the old show, and they'd asked us to do it because we were going to do a show of like what we thought were undervalued books. And then they invited like 30 people into the chat, and they went and bought all the books up that we had on the list. And then they went out and pumped them all. And that was one of the series we were said like is super undervalued. Remember that, JJ?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
Way to
So,
go, Marco.
It wasn't our fault. No, we
Way
were,
to go
we
to
were trying.
ruin the.
Well, we did try to do it. I mean, we were honest about it. We didn't actually think that like
The market's gonna
those
crash.
dudes, those dudes would have done it. And I mean, we know who it is because they're still over there. I mean, it's the dude that stalks me all the time.
I was told it was something, and then it ended up being nothing other than an engine for them to buy the books.
Them to buy the books. Yep.
That sucks.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a whatnot. There's a 200. There's 94 for $200.
Don't buy that. Tell you that much.
Yeah, don't buy that. Thank you, Yodas.
I do love this one. We got two more to look at.
Anybody else want to put a one? Because he only got two more books after that. If you didn't put your one in,
Put a one. Put a one. Come on.
And we got the
Yeah,
Aphra 7. This
I have that
the
one.
1 in 25. The Jenny Frazan 9.8.
I have that one. It's a nice book. I like.
I
that
love this one too. I love this one and the next one. This one,
that's good.
good
It's
cover.
better than that 100.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the high sales for 9.8, looking right there.
I love cheap
300
prices, bro.
300 to 400, mainly down north of that 300. We did see two sales way above that, in the 400 to 381. Remember, this book came out in
Was
2021.
this the second one?
This is the second run. Yep.
No, the second Frizzen. Wasn't there Frizzen before this?
There was one on the bike. She was on the bike.
Yeah, that was the first one, right?
I think that's the first one. That's going to be the next book.
Yeah, that's the next book.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I wanted to leave.
Oh
I
no!
wanted to
Hey,
leave
just to be clear, who did that? It was Brian McClay. I hope we all understand who I was talking about. It was Brian McClay. It wasn't BK. It was Brian McClay. Loud and clear, Brian McClay.
BK can't stalk. BK.
Yeah, it was Brian McClay. He stalks me all the time. He did that to the thing. Yeah, it's Brian McClay.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
We'll be looking at that one next.
clear.
So this one, again, this is one we have seen a drop off, and I'm surprised to see the prices so low for this one at 9.8. This 9.8, you're looking at right now at some of the sales is about 100 to 125, and I don't know how this thing goes much lower for a 1 in 25, 9.8 on this one, but maybe I'm wrong. But to me, like that, $100 to
price,
me is a
too.
good buy, and I should probably
I know, Wookie.
I should probably prioritize picking up another one of these at $100 for 9.8.
I would. Yeah. I mean, this was the problem with, okay. So, I know I'm going to get slack from Lopez too, and probably Astro, because this was another book where I was like, I don't think it's a $400 book. They were like Lopez thought this was going to be a $600 book. And I think when it went up to 300, I had told him to sell, and he's like, there's no way this thing's going to be whatever. And I was like, okay. Now, I think this is going to be in the 125, 150. Yeah. I mean, I think it really will be. Like, I think it'll be $100 book because but this is another one of those books where people remember it. So it does, that's the problem with the 1 in 100 that I don't understand earlier. As JJ said, people don't remember that cover, even though you say it's so beautiful and everything else. We say you're fine, but people don't remember that cover. People remember this cover. Like, they remember this cover. So there's only so far that books that people remember will go, and I think this is one where it's not,
Well, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, it's all right. Yeah. I just think, I don't know, JJ, if you're going to disagree with that, but
No, I was going to say, I think the thing that hurts this book, and we'll probably see it in the next book, but this book was expected because of I call it the Top Gun one because it kind of reminds me of that. But this book was expected because of the next book we're going to see.
Yeah.
Because when that book came out, everybody saw that on FOC there was another Frizzen variant coming.
Yeah.
And everybody could see the map ahead. So.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. I think people will remember missing out on it. That's what will always keep it from ever going down. They won't even remember what the height was on this book. they'll remember what people were saying the hype could have been on this book, right? So
well,
like,
the hype on this book was the last was the next variant we're going to see.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was
we're
the
seeing the
hype
other one after it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree. No, but I think Astro's right. I think people remember missing out. They don't remember the hype. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they don't, and they won't remember. They'll just see it and go like, man, I didn't buy that book. Wait, it's only $100. Oh, it's $120.
Mhm.
Well, I would have bought it for $120. I'm going to get a steal. They just remember how it's like the Beanie Baby effect, right?
Yeah.
People don't remember. They just remember they missed out on a Beanie Baby, and now they're like, well, it's got to be worth at least $10. Yeah, $20, right? $100, right? Oh, I saw one for $20. I'll buy it. And you're like, you can get it for $1. A buck and some old fucking French fries underneath the minivan's car. So whatever.
Well, and artist too helps. You have a name behind the artist, and there's only so many Frizzen Star Wars books, and
Right.
So
I think this one is near its low. I don't think it goes too much lower than 100. So I
no, it
will be
stays triple
looking to
digits.
pick up another one of these at that range, because I do love this cover. I don't love it as much as the next cover, but I do love this cover. And then on this one.
All right,
one of
guys.
my favorite
Before that,
covers.
listen. Put ones in the chat. It's the last book.
We got like 15
We're
or
giving
16.
away a
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
So
If
we're gonna be
hold on, we're gonna try to give away a book.
Okay.
First time ever. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got
I
15.
do, Astro. I think a lot of the 125s weren't good. I do like the 1 in 25 number 1 though. The Witter with the snow on the number 1. I enjoy that cover quite a bit.
Witter always does a good cover.
Yeah.
At least for
I
Star Wars.
missed out on this cover.
I agree. So I think
Yeah.
I think the 1, the 6, and the 7 are all pretty solid, but then there's like the Dotson on the 5, and that's a horrible Dotson.
But Luke, that's why that book's never going to be a $400 or $500 book.
Dotson is pretty cool.
That's
I
why-
like the Dotson.
That's
You
why
like
it's
the
good.
Dotson Aphra? I did not
Yeah.
like the
I
Dotson
like that
Aphra.
cover. I love Dotson art. That's why.
Dotson's women always look exactly the same,
know.
and
I actually like it better than this.
You like
Luke,
Dotson's
real
better
quickly.
than this?
Yeah, can we address Luke's comment? I agree with you. The new people coming in there, staying in, aren't going to realize that, but that's why that book's not going to go back up to $400 or $500 or $400. That's why that book is going to stay in the 100, 120, because the people that do realize and missed out are going to buy it for 100, 120. Yeah. What was the dots again? I think so. I just don't like this cover that much. It's okay.
I don't get it. I don't get how you don't love this cover. I love this cover. I love the colors in the background. To me,
way
that's
she
what
looks.
makes this thing pop.
It
Hey,
doesn't
Dave.
look like Dr. Aphra.
Who that man? Yeah, I mean, like it's cool. I mean, I sold one because I didn't like it. Like I was like, yeah, dude,
That's
I'm
fine.
cool.
So here's the high. Here we're looking at the high sales for this one. 550 to 575
Dave in there.
back in 21, not too long after this one came out. For in the May one. Low
Is this
sale.
one doing better percentage wise? I think it would
What?
do better percentage wise. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, low sales are still 300.
Yeah,
300
I
and
think it would be better.
2 of the low sales were in that 21, and then they did have one low sale in 23, but most of the 23 sales are looking still in that $400 range,
So that means that
$375
if
to
you get it
$400
raw,
range for the
If you
recent
get a
one.
raw, it's going to be cheap. The cheaper raw.
You're still looking like 100 some for raw.
Yeah.
So this one has
No,
not
okay,
dropped that much,
I don't like one-eyed chicks, unfortunately.
especially given the fact that 2 of those low sales were back in 2021. I don't know how much this one drops below that 300.
No,
I don't think it does too much.
Well, now that Dr. Aphra ended, the regular series ended, right? You think we'll get another series of Dr. Aphra?
I think we're getting another series back.
We are getting another series.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
We'll get more Afro for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, there's definitely colors to this. I mean, I think people like. I mean, people like this. I mean, she's got one eye. She's got no nose. I mean,
I only own one of these. I own one of these. That's it.
I don't own any of these anymore because I
don't have it.
had to separate a fool from their money. Like I had to do it. It was begging me for it.
Gotta stay in the PC.
You know,
I'm a big Bartel fan in general. So
as far as variants in this
Yeah.
run, the one I always remember is, and I think I remember it probably for the wrong reason, but I like the cover a lot. Was the I think is it Michael or no Muhammad Azra or something did the cover, but it's
Yeah.
one where the skeleton hands are like kind of reaching to grab her as she's grabbing the stone.
I think that's
Yeah.
3.
It's like upside down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3. Yeah,
But that's one I always remember just because
That's such
I
a
always look
bad
at it and
cover.
think, is that cover upside down? And
To me, that's a bad cover. But
Do you think these besides Bartel getting like just a huge bunch of hype around this time? Do you think that because some of the covers were so terrible in this series, that maybe you're looking through it through tainted eyes?
Well, Unfortunately, I forget the artist, but for the first like 7 issues of this series, or 8 issues, they had a really good artist doing the A covers.
Hold on, yeah, let me pull it up.
And she did pretty good on all the A covers, and the A covers were better than the variants most of the time.
For most of them were, yeah.
Hold on, I'll pull up. Up actually.
It's probably maybe not.
I wonder if you could do like, at least
the first 5 issues.
Because Sprouse did a 1 in 50, right? Was it Sprouse?
Yeah, Sprouse. That's when Sprouse started jumping the essay shark. Oh,
yeah. I was not a big fan of the 1 in 50 that Sprouse did for that one.
Yeah, that's a cover that everyone forgets exists.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because the 1 in 25 is so much better. The Witter 1 in 25 is so much better. There was some really not appreciated variants for Aphra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Can I get one? What is it? This is the same volume right now, right? That we're still going through
the 2020. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I just gotta get a book in here, and then I can pull back there. There it is, 36. I'll try to pull back some of these old.
Like I can't remember who the artist was now, but her cover for number 4 was really good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
2 was the same way. 2 had a really nice cover, if I remember, like an A cover.
4. Let me see if I can pull. Oh, that's a dollar sign, not a. I'll do it through preview roll.
Cover artist was Reminar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Valentine or something, right?
Valentina. Yep.
Valentina. Sorry.
Yep.
Anyways,
good covers. Anyway, if you're looking for some Aphra, I know we like Aphra for the most part, and I would like to pick up a few more because I feel like when Aphra's not hot, it's a good time to look for some of these keys.
Especially when people forget about it like it is currently.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the prices, I do think some of those, you have to be careful though, because I think some of those still, as much as we might love them or whatever, some of them still have, that don't have attachments to, shall we say, key moments, might still have a little bit of a downward trajectory. You know what I mean?
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
It'll be the longer it goes without any Aphra, the more downward trajectory it goes. Because I think people can't hold on to forever. They've been specking.
Well, I don't think
people that just love this cover. I mean, I think this one just doesn't have much more downside. I really don't believe it.
Which $100
is probably its.
See, I think that one probably does have it. This has downside to it still a little bit. Go back and keep going. I think the Bartel doesn't have a ton. This one probably has got.
This one's still on the trajectory up. That's the thing where it hasn't come down at all.
Yeah,
it is still.
I think the rarity keeps that one.
I think the rarity is the one that's going to keep this one. That's what I'm saying. That's a point to it. It's rare. So this one's got. This one's what it is. Go next.
And then I know
this one's going to have fluctuation. It just is. It's going to have fluctuation. Go to the next one. This one's not going to. I mean, I think this is one that's probably getting, like I said, is getting towards the end. So you got like the rest of them. There's going to be downside for that. If you're looking for this, I think this is now the time to make an offer because people have taken a huge hit on this and they're worried they're going to take another huge hit. So if you want to buy this is probably the time to get in on it. Where this year. This, I think this one is that's tough. This isn't the time to get. I don't know when the time for this is. This is if you just want this for your PC, get it because you're going to be holding it forever. This one,
they're going to sell it too soon, like me.
Yeah, this one you're gonna. I mean,
if you find it cheaper than what you see the low sales are,
this one you're gonna find cheaper. Unfortunately, to Wayseeker and buying 20. Wayseeker trying to prop up the market by buying 20 of these isn't gonna save it, dude. Like
you can buy one from Wayseeker.
I'm gonna own 150 copies of this before it's over. I'm gonna save it.
It's just not gonna save it, dude.
If you want to,
it's not gonna save it.
Another good Aphra cover is the second print of that.
I love the second print of that. I got a stack of those too. Don't worry.
He's holding the hologram of the sword.
I agree. It's a good print.
Oh my God. There's some bad covers for Aphra.
I might
Oh,
like
yeah.
Aphra a
Yes,
little
bad
bit too
covers, but
much.
there's also really good ones too. That's the whole thing.
You want to know what I think the most disappointing Aphra variant I ever bought.
You guys want me to pull these up real quick?
Sure.
You can pull them up if you want to. The most disappointing one I ever bought was I was in the 2020 run. I can't remember what issue it was, but I remember pre-ordering it like right away because I saw it, and it was a Tula Lotte cover.
Oh yeah,
It was a 1 in 25. I was like, oh, that's gonna be awesome. I love Tula Lotte's art. I bought it, and it's just a terrible cover, to be honest.
Just reach out, Wookiee Fanatic. We'll find something for you
Which
to do.
cover? I'm trying to remember it.
It was one of the early variants for the 2020 run. It was either 3 or 4.
Because 5 was the Dotson cover, and 5 is awesome.
Yeah, 5 was Dotson, which was all right.
I will tell you this:
So
Wyoming.
three is the hand.
Side of state.
So 3 is the one that
3's the hands.
the hand
What's
one.
4 then? Is 4 the Tula
Okay, hold on.
Lotte?
I'll pull it up right now. Let me pull it up. Sorry, I was dicking around for a little bit because I remember Wyoming's like on the other hand. It's like 4 hours away from where I live. All right, let me pull these up. Share screen. Percent share screen. Not the calculator. Preview world it is. Did it pull up?
No.
No, didn't see anything.
Okay, let me try to full screen this better. Which number are you asking for? Just ask
Well,
for.
I'm not sure. I think it was either 3 or 4.
Okay,
3 is the
Wayseeker
hand.
thinks
So
it's
it
4.
could be 2 or 4.
I
I
gotta
don't remember
go up
what
for
2
that.
is. I'm trying to figure out what Aphra 2 1 and
2 was like a group cover, if I remember right.
Oh, you might be right. With black, yeah, with BK and
PK on it. That's 1. I'll just do this and then go for the series.
it's really weird proportions of the group one.
Going down. You wanted 2, right? Okay. Oh wow, even the A cover was messed up. All right,
I like the
kids,
A
we're gonna
cover.
teach you the tricks of the trade here if you haven't seen them before. Here we go. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, that's the group one I'm thinking of.
Yes, that's it.
Oh yeah.
2.
That
I
was
like
by Sarah
Yeah,
Michelle.
Pichelli.
Shelley. Yeah.
I like Pichelli normally, but
That's
this
a good one.
Pichelli doesn't do it for me.
All right. What's the next one you're looking for?
4.
Well, here, we pull that up with the big 2. Yeah, that face is kind of interesting. I don't know. I like that.
Not bad.
4, you're looking for 4. 1, 2, 3. We can add. Wow. See, the A cover's good, man.
The A cover's
Yeah.
real good. Yeah.
The A cover is dope.
Yeah. Now wait till you see the variant.
Yep. Put in the numbers. Oh, what the
This is
fuck?
the Tone or tag. I forget the tag A.
Tula
Tony
Lotte.
Lotte. Holy
This is
God.
so bad.
I paid like full
What?
price for that too.
No
Before I saw it.
No shot.
That is so bad.
That is ugly.
Does 8? Do they keep going? 5's Dotson. I'm not a fan of Dotson.
Do you want me? Hold on.
Do you want me
to go 5?
I think 10.
I can keep going on them. It's easy.
Just
to
keep
do it.
going.
All right. Let me pop these 2 down.
3 is the hands, like you said, the skeleton hands.
Yeah.
So that was 2. You want 3. We'll show 3 because you described it. So we'll just hit 3 up real quickly. Let me. Fuck, you guys put me to work tonight.
Sorry.
There's the hands.
That's one I
That's
always remember because it looks upside down.
Yeah.
Can't bring myself to buy this one.
Nope. All right. Now, what do you want? 4?
5
No,
5 is
5.
Dotson. Here we go 5.
Okay. We already did Dotson though, didn't we?
No,
I thought we already
It's
did.
not a bad cover either.
I am not a fan of this
I
Dotson.
like that.
Yeah.
I do not. That does not look like Aphra to me.
I regret what I said earlier, and I removed my statement that I like this cover. I forgot. I was thinking
You
about a
like
different
this one?
color.
No, I
No.
like that cover. It's
Oh,
pretty
you don't
good.
like this one.
I
This is
removed
a
my
bad
statement.
cover. This is a bad Dotson.
Not better
No, it's
than the
not.
Barnet.
Good.
It's not any worse than the other cover before the Bartel, but it's not better than
You
Bartel.
think it's better than or just because it's Friesen? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
We're
it's
going
as
8.
8. No, let's go 6. What's
6 is Bartel.
Okay,
8 was
let's
the
7.
weird looking
Go to 7.
Spider-Man one.
6
if I
is
remember.
Bartel. 7 is for the Friesen.
Okay, for some. So
Go to
now
8.
8. All right.
It's like
Yeah,
this-
it's really
like a Spider-Man
it's really
cover
easy
that's
just to
flying.
yell out numbers. Oh, this
Oh,
one.
this
Yeah,
one.
I fucking
This
hated
is
this
so
one.
bad too.
This is fucking
I have that
trash.
I think I saw one of these go on eBay the other day for $2.99. I said, "You overpaid. Whoever bought that one."
Dude, people are paying a lot for this after the last 2 hit. bro, after the last two hit, because you got to remember those other two hits, so everybody's like, yeah, Afros,
Well,
they're gonna hit.
This one had to do with the
Look at that
the
like
freaking,
non-smile. It's like
the
extends like the whole
hyperdrive from
face.
the
Like,
Nile. The Nile.
Yeah,
hyperdrive.
this is the Nile hyperdrive one.
Also, her
wasn't it?
legs are like turned the opposite way of her upper body.
and then 9. Go to 9. Keep going.
Nine's
Oh,
not
that's
bad if I remember right. Or there's one more that's not too bad. It's either 9 or 10.
Did we lose? We had to have lost all fucking viewers at this point.
We're still We're still in our normal amount. They're staying
Oh,
around.
Jesus.
Put ones.
Alright.
Put ones in those things. Come on, guys.
Well, we know who
Yeah,
one of
this
the
is
people
bad.
is.
I actually
This
like
is
that.
bad.
I-
I don't even
That's
understand
crazy.
what's going on here.
This was
that
the hype. No, this was the hyperdrive one. They
Yeah.
said it in the other one, but this was actually
Yeah.
the hyperdrive one.
I thought, okay.
And who was this?
crazy face?
Anthony Heights.
Yeah, this is another one I think I saw go for $2.99 the other day.
But this, hey, I'll tell you, this Wong story wasn't terrible. I know they made her
Oh,
add this in.
good here.
No, the story wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. That you remember they made her put the high, but it wasn't bad. All right, what was
Well,
it? 9? Was that 9?
Yeah, go 10.
10's the issue where you start to get into War of the Bounty Hunters too. I think. Or something
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
this is where it all goes down. What is this?
That's the
This
Crimson
is-
variant. The wrong one.
Oh yeah, remember they did that garbage?
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And then it's either this issue or the next issue was
Boba Fett.
Dirge, right?
this is that a 125?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go
think
one
so.
more. Yeah, I think it is because it's Heights again.
I think that's the last
Alright.
one.
I'll try again, but I think that was it. Yeah.
I think there's B covers, but I think they're all like
Yeah, no, it's not. That was it. That was it. Well, hold on. Let me do something
well,
else.
they're like special covers, like Pride and Sprouse.
I'm not a
and-
fan of that one either.
Dr. Aphra. Hold on.
Kamakuli
Oh.
did one in that series where she's like.
No, that's Darth
scowling
Vader.
like
It's not till later. It's not till later they did the Sprouses and that. All right. We could check the dirt. Oh, fuck it, the Dirge one. Remember this? Down,
Yeah.
all in.
Down was
No,
all.
Dirge.
Dirge, gonna be the greatest character of all time.
What do you want? What do you want? Freaking Marvel sucks ass.
Oh, jeez. As they're giving us sweet Thrawn that everybody's asking for. I'll be honest, the year 2024 seems to be doing.
This one
At
was
least see, look, at least your girl here was
that's
in
not
this.
awful. That's not.
Hey,
that's better
and
than
she's in the story, bro. That's what I'm asking for. That's what I was asking for earlier. Just
That's
have the
not
characters
awful.
in the story. Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's the Pride cover.
Yeah, I know.
It's a bad cover, but at least they have the person. Oh Jesus, get out of here!
Did they
No,
not
this
have
that's
a-
it.
I guess they didn't have a 125.
They didn't have a
one.
125 for that.
They gave
No,
up.
I think it
Boba
stopped
Fett
at 10.
is gonna
Yeah, I
be
think
the-
it's down to
that's
10. We'll
happening.
try over here, but I think they just gave up.
Yeah, this one. The next one is the Boba Fett one.
Yeah, because they did bounty hunters. Oh, headshots. Those were almost cool. Those were
Mhm.
almost cool. Oh my god, oof,
Boom, that's an awesome cover.
These
I gotta
were
grade it.
so bad.
so bad.
That's not bad.
Yes, Dom.
Yeah,
No, you're
nope,
bad.
that's it. Oh damn! All right, is there anything else you guys want me to dig through on the comic book? Any other ones we
No.
want to search for?
That's it. Put the
Yeah, the
ones
green
in
one was the
front.
last. I'll tell you.
Pull
Yeah,
up-
yeah.
pull up-
Ellen needs to draw some covers,
pull up
dude.
the 1 in 50. It might not be Sprouse. I might be wrong, but pull up number 1 in 50.
Yeah, the 1 in 50 is.
Oh, 1 in 50?
Boba Fett
Okay.
cover with Boba Fett and
It's Sprouse, I'm pretty sure.
Oh
It's
shit!
with
I
the
think I
droids
just
in the
locked out
back.
my computer. No, it's all right. All right, what the fuck is going on with this? I'm not getting your tracking cookies on my computer, homeboy. What'd you say? The number one?
Number 1.
Number one.
Because I
Oops, we can't order
Yeah,
this
order it.
anymore. No. My account's gonna come up, you asshole. I don't. Not that I have a diamond account, but if I did, it would come up.
so I love the 1 in 25. The Witter. That's one of my favorites. I love
So it was a 50, right? How many covers was there? Was there a B cover on this?
no,
there was.
Before.
just show the 1 in
It's
25
4.
too. I like this one a lot.
Mhm.
And then the next one I think is garbage.
You like the what? So
That's
this is
the
the
1 in
25. You don't
25.
want the B? Do you want the B?
Oh, the B is the Just Lucky. That's right.
Yeah.
And then there's
hold on.
also the diamond variant where it's no color on the bottom, which is really dumb.
Yeah, dumb.
This one. Oh,
Yeah, that's the 1 in 50.
that's the
I actually
Sprouse.
don't mind this.
That's not bad.
Who is this? Yeah, this is not bad at all.
That's
That's the
Sprouse.
Sprouse.
Oh, yeah, it's not
He's
bad.
not doing anniversary variants.
Yeah, well, he doesn't do anniversary variants. He does pretty
I
good work.
don't like it. I don't like the Sprouse. I mean, 5K.
We've already reviewed your taste. It's not good, so it's
5K
okay.
looks like he's like 250,000 years older. And like
What is he
actually
doing?
anywhere else I've ever seen him. Hey.
You give Sprouse a break, dude. That's better than the Sprouse covers.
I don't think there's a 1 in 100 though. So that was it.
No.
That's that Remitar.
Yeah. We'll go one more and see. We'll see what we got. Nope.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. All right. Anything else while I'm here?
No, just how
Okay,
many
good.
people in
Let's
chat?
do the wheel. I'm going to go do the wheel now. Hold on. Let me get out of here. All right. Oh, shit. I just
What'd you
flushed the wheel. I just flushed the wheel.
Uh-oh.
I just flushed the wheel.
Can't you get it back?
I just flushed the wheel. Hold on. I'll try to get it back. Yeah, but I got to go back and enter everybody's name now.
Fuck.
Fuck. We
Come
did
on,
so
everybody.
bad.
One.
No, it's still here. All right. Dave was the last number one we had. So let's go. I already got you. Who did I miss? I gotta go back because I wasn't looking at the last little bit. Pretty cool cover. There we go. Good comments, guys. I don't remember. All right, cool. I think we're good. So I'm going to share that with us and see what we have. Yell out to Wayseeker if I just got to double check everything's clean on this. Cool. All right. Now let's share this again.
Let's do this.
Dom, you want to tell them about what we're giving
Nope.
away?
No.
Okay.
When they win, they'll see it.
Okay. All right. Wheel
It's all about the
name,
mystery box right now.
random name.
After we were
pickers.
talking about how great mystery boxes are, and I was like, I'm going to get you a mystery
All
box.
All right. Hey, so here we go. We got, I will say off the names. Look at the chat real quickly. If anybody says, who was the last one? I don't know. Dave. Okay. I'm going to say the names real quickly. If they say that you're not on here, you let me know. Darth Ram, Astro, Wookiee fan, John, Olivia, Mystic, Yoga, Luke H, Sticks, Siete. How do you say that? CT? Seti? Yeah.
Sticks
Ja-
can't even
Seti
win.
Uno.
Why is
Yeah.
Sticks on here? Sticks can't win.
All right. 6 is off the list. I'll see. There you go.
Well, if Sticks wins, he has to give something too.
Mojo is on there. And-
Mojo is
yeah,
on there. Yep.
Yeah, they're in there. They're good.
Mojo's on there. Josh, BK, Mojo, Johiva, Yoda's G, Yarda's Garden, and Dave. Is that right?
Yep,
Hey,
we're
what
good.
about
We're
Astro?
good.
Astro in there?
Astro is. Yeah, I said Astro.
Yeah,
Is
Astro's
there?
there.
Yeah, I put him 2. All right, I'm
Okay.
switching it all up. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is what Pete does. It says added image. I don't know.
Sticks is on like 74 shows a week on the
I
show.
know.
It's
All
not like you can even
All right, tell me when
count
to stop shuffling.
Stop.
All right, stop.
Okay, tell me when to hit the
That's
spin. It worked, I think.
We'll see.
Add our bot. No. Astro?
Astro.
Oh, hell. All right, there you go.
All right.
Hey, it
Astro.
makes an applause noise.
That's Astro.
Good
Congrats,
job,
Astro.
Astro. Good job, bud.
All
All right.
Now you're gonna see what you won. Put me on the big screen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, boss.
So you won a slab 9-6.
Nice.
Travis place 1 in 25.
There you go. Congratulations, Astro. Good job.
There you go, Astro.
Hey, I ran the wheel too. Congratulations to
You
me.
did. Now you're gonna have to run the wheel on Wednesday.
Never gonna do it again because I did a credit. No, I'm definitely
Send
not
the
doing the
info
wheel.
again so I can.
The 74,000 wheels
out
that
to
you
right
have
away.
on Wednesday.
So many wheels.
You
on
have
Wednesday.
to add more every week.
Dude, we do not. Yes, Dom sent Astro. Dom, don't you get stuff from Astro? Shouldn't you already have his number?
Yeah. Well, I gotta find it. It's the thing.
Okay.
If you send it again, it'll be fresh in
it'll be
my
easier.
my.
Thank you for that. Good job,
welcome.
Astro.
If you have ideas for new wheels on Wednesday, please send them to Pete because we need more wheels on that show.
No,
because
no,
we need more.
no,
to make Marco mad.
no more wheels.
We need more wheels.
No, well, okay. The problem is, I'm like, hey, Pete, if we put this shit on wheels, he's like, no, I'll make so the odds it'll never happen, like 10-0s. Then all of a sudden, he's putting like dumb shit like books. I was like, how are you going to put a crap? I was like, we need to make make it more realistic, not like crazy stuff. So he leaves the 10 shit on there, and we hit like 9 9s and 10s all the time. Or the complete opposite happens. The rarities, like the average stuff, the averages are made out for us to get 9 6s and 9 8s on the near plus menu. We never hit 9 6s and 9 8s. Never.
Like a 9-0 or a
Yeah,
9-9.
9-0 or so. Like, what are you talking, Pete? Just get rid of that shit on the wheel, because then it throws it off. Because then he's like, and this is the problem. Like,
You
it
can't
is
even sell the 9-9 because
No.
they're Cubs.
right, and it's like it's fucked up. Like everybody's like, I want a 9-9 or a 10-0 so we can do whatever. I'm like, have you ever sold a 9-9 or a 10 before? You know how fucking hard it is. Most of the times, you're just hoping some donkey comes around. Like, there's a book. I could give it. So it was shit. I can't even remember what it was. It was one of the image retailer thank yous when they were doing retailer thank yous for those people that know. It's the same thing where they're doing the one. They're like stores now that give the retailers one. For a while, for like a year, Image started doing retailer thank yous where they would just randomly throw in this book into your order if you had ordered a certain title. Was it Savage? Anyways, came out in 9-9. We just put a stupid number on it. Like at the time, $1,000 books, modern books for $1,000 weren't heard of. I think we put $2,500 on it. Some dude just bought it. Like just one around Christmas time. And like we reached out, we're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, yeah, my daughter, and I just didn't want to look around. So I just said, yeah. Well, he actually offered us $1,000, and we're like, no, thank you. Figuring he would add like $1,500 and we could sell it, right? But then he came back and just after we said, no, that's all right. He made one offer for $1,000. And then we said, no, could you do like $2,000? And he then just paid the $2,500. And we're like, what the fuck did it just happen? And like, yeah, right. And so we hit him up. We're like, hey, dude.
Art of negotiation.
Yeah, we're like, hey, dude. He's like, no, listen, I'm a day trader. I don't actually even really care. My daughter pointed out the book. She wants it. I'm just buying it. That's it. That was his conversation. And we've had other books where we don't even ask anymore. But like, that's how hard it is. But like that book sat there for like a year and a half, 2 years. Cause you like one of the downsides it used to be of getting 9-9s. Now there's a lot more 9-9s than there used to be. But when you got 9-9s or a 10, like nobody got them.
Yeah.
So you don't know how to sell them. And then nobody wanted to pay the premium. Yeah. You just had to get lucky. So you could we had a 10 sit for like 3 years and then the pandemic hit and then all types of shit sold. So like, fuck yeah. But
did you know that CGC basically changed their entire way they do card grading now because of that?
No.
Because they used to do subgrades, right? And if you got like a perfect 10, you'd have a 10 in every category, right?
Yeah.
Well, like they apparently, according to CGC, they did all this research and everything, and they found that like collectors didn't care or didn't want to purchase a perfect 10 because they didn't want to pay the premium because people were charging like stupid money, like $500 for a Jameis Winston rookie card or something like that in a perfect 10, where normally like in a not perfect 10 it would be worth like in just a regular 10 gem mint grade, which is like one minor defect, it would be worth like $50.
Okay.
Like nobody's paying like a 10 times premium or whatever for it. So they actually changed the entire way they grade, and now like the label, like the best label you can get is no longer perfect 10. It's called pristine 10. And you can still have one minor defect and get a 10.
No matter what they say about them not giving value to stuff, they understand it. Like they get it. That's why they've always been the most valued comic. Like you can love or hate CGC, but they've done a lot for that. I mean, I know people complain about it all the time, but
they do their market research, and
they know what they're doing.
You can say whatever you want, but they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yeah, they know what they're doing. Yeah, I mean,
I'm still thinking about wheels for Wednesday night. I think there should be a wheel.
You want to start running fucking wheels? You can come and do that.
Shirt color, like if you get to pick Marco's shirt color via the wheel, so he has a bunch of shirts, and you just spin the wheel and he gets a new shirt. Same thing with hats. The lighting on your thing, you can switch that up via wheel.
That's Wayseeker. No,
I'm just giving
dude. That thing became a monster, bro. Like that show on Wednesday was like. Even we talked about this the other day too. We were supposed to do Ghosts the week before, not this last Wednesday, because he's bringing his Ghost show back. So it's like perfect. He's like, I don't want to do it because of that. I said, just do it on Wednesday. We'll do it or whatever. It's like, just do it. And he's like, well, I was like, do not do 20 books though. And if we would have done 20 books, we would have been on the cover. We'll give you guys some behind the scenes. So he's like, we'll do it the next week. So we did the next week. He came out the list. It's like, this is the problem. like we have to make it where we can actually get like we can range it up, like because some of these books don't sell. Like, hey, we have to have a better range because usually it's with a 1 year sale. So just put like, like it's sold for 5%. Take whatever the high percentage is when we sell it, and put on like 10%, 20, up to 30. Instead, he just came up with like some like up to 300 wheel or some shit. And like the book, you could buy the book for negative $30 or so, 30%. I'm like, no, not buy, like sell. You got to do it for the sale because it doesn't sell that much, not the buy portion of it. So, but then that shit didn't even hit. Then he's getting like, it doesn't matter. Like what I think what really happened with Pete was if you saw it there was a month where like everything was coming up shit. And Pete's usually pretty good, but I think he got a little sensitive to it, right? And then he's like, well, I'm not going to get thrown in the bathroom anymore. So now the last 2 weeks, but the problem is that he's like, hey, Marco, how do you price a 10.0? And I go, you don't fucking, like, I just explained how you do it. You throw up a fucking random ass number.
Yeah.
You throw up $80,000 and hope somebody gives you an offer.
Hope some buyer walks along at some point.
Your game, it needs things to sell quickly. So like it just doesn't work. Because
right.
like,
Agreed.
And I want to sell it that day. And it
agreed. Yeah, no, yeah, because he was such bad luck. We threw in the bathroom. Get in the bathroom. Yeah. No, but that, I mean, so like he thinks like everybody thinks it's funny, but do know that this is like on me to figure out how, and like it's just not feasible. And in his defense, he's like, well, you've sold them before. I go, yeah, but it's not like you just put them on it's not like you put it on the internet and it sells tomorrow. As much as everybody says they want a 10.0 and a 9.9, sure, I bet you do. But like, that's not how it works. Typically by the seventh different person that's giving you some type of offer, you eventually cave in on the eighth person because it's a lot better than the other 7 offers that you got. And you don't think it's going to get much more. And you want to finally just get the book out of there because it's been 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's the facts of life. Are we going to see now with the 9.9, with them pre-screening 9.9s, are we going to see more 9.9s? Sure. But that's because more people are going to be submitting more books. But I don't think the percentage wise overall of totally like percentage to submitted books is. I think CGC did that because they said, hey, guess what? It's our rarest grade, and people are willing to pay us $15 to say this isn't a 9.9. Would you do that? I sure as shit would. I know for a fact that some donkeys are going to go like, this book definitely is a 10 while they're finger fucking it everywhere and submit it. And CGC is going to come back and say, no, it's not. Thank you for your $15. Thank you for your $15, right? Who wouldn't do that? What business in their right mind wouldn't be like, hey, you want this service? I'm going to give you this service. Is there going to be an uptick in 9.9s? Sure. But the reason why is because people are going to be like, the amount of books that you are now going to get submitted for 9.9 is way more than people would like.
And you're not going to make any money because you're going to be paying $50 for nothing on 100 books.
Yeah, on 100 books. Yeah.
You get 199.
No. Then you're going to try to charge a premium and try to sell.
It won't sell.
That's the biggest bullshit of them all. Go sell that book. Woe is me. I get it. Eventually it sells. I get it. But like, you're gonna take the time. By the way, when you go for pre-screening 9.9, because so many donkeys are gonna submit at the same time, it's gonna drive it back again. Dude, they got workers doing dick all over there right now. Literally digging for gold, knuckles deep. They ain't gonna be doing that anymore. Instead, they're gonna be taking that knuckle out, touching your book, putting it over under the black light and saying there's a boogie on your fucking cover, rejected, and sending it back to you. That's what they're going to be doing.
Guy blowing his nose in his hand, touching the books. That's another thing, too.
Oh, my God. There was somebody at church the other day. He blows his nose in his hand. Where are these old people blowing their nose in their hand? And then he's out there handing out the Eucharist. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, my God.
I'm like, we ain't in that line. Ain't no shot.
The poor priest has to have all the leftovers.
Like,
no shot up in there.
The body of Christ.
We went to different church this week. I ain't catching whatever that dude was sneezing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, gross. That's the second person in a month I've seen do this move where they sneeze and then they go, and you're like, bro, if you were sneezing and then you do that, that's boogers in your hands, bro.
Mhm.
Like, what are you doing? Dude, think about how many people, think about how fucked up the census is going to be now, too. Think about this shit. Think about how many people are now going to go buy 9/8 they're just going to buy the cheapest 9/8 out there. It doesn't matter what 9/8 it is. They're going to buy the cheapest 9/8 out there. They're going to crack it and submit it to try to get a 9/9. That's what's about to happen. That census is going to, and then they're going to sell it. Then after it doesn't sell, they're going to resubmit it and go. And then somebody else is going to pick it up and grade it again because the book had been selling and 199 sells in it. Then people are going to sell it raw because they know they missed out on the 99. And then it's going to come back as 9/8 because they're going to stop pre-screening it. They're just going to be like, this one looks like a 9/9 and submit it because they are sick of losing $15 after they've done it on the 20th book. And then the census numbers can just go get fucked at this point. I mean, like, that half of them are worth tits on a bowl. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what that shit is.
Headache just thinking about it.
Yeah. So, dropping a stack of books. Dude, I could tell you, I mean, I know sometimes it sounds like I defend CGC, but I've got a notebook full of like, what the fuck stories. Like, you fucked my shit up so bad. They just have. They have. Like it, but that's part of.
Let me talk to you about their shipping practices for a minute.
Fucking yeah.
Like I can ship books better to them than they can ship them back to me somehow.
Their old shipping. They used to ship it.
They used to really secure it, and they had like those 4-sided things and all that. And
remember what? Even your reject. Remember your rejects. Your rejects. I would when the rejects would come in, I'd be like, holy shit. I was worried that just opening the rejects, you were fucking going to destroy the book because they package it so well, like in the sealers and everything else, that you'd be like, shit, man. Like, what did you get? Probably like you would get 2 rejects. You get 2, maybe 3, because what fucking CGC did, I don't know if they still did this, but they did for a while there with pre-screening, and they still do it, but I think they've been more conscious because people have complained about it because we got on it huge. They have these huge rubber bands, and what they do is they'll take your books and they pull them out after you do it, like they'll cut off all your stuff, put it down, they put it down in a stack, they take out your printed sheet, they put it on top of all your books, then they take this thick ass rubber band and they wrap it. And then so that the sheet doesn't slide off, they then pull it and wrap it again. Well, guess what? Your bottom book and your top book are fucked. Mm-hmm. Whatever order they put it in, your bottom book and top book are fucked. And we, like, after like the 20th time, we're that stupid, I guess. After about the 20th submission, we're like, why is it always the top and the bottom? What the fuck is going on? And like, we'd look at it, some of it, and we're like, yeah, that shit wasn't there. And because you don't know, you forget what order it is. You're just like, why are we always getting 2 or 3 rejections? Why? Like, we don't.
There was people that literally would put their cheapest on their submission on the top and the bottom.
That's what we started doing. Reason. Yep, that's what we started doing. Yeah, because JJ, you remember we talked about this, and I was just like, listen, guys, like, we finally figured it out because Sean's anal as fuck. So then finally, I just looked back and I'm like, let's see what these have in common. It probably wasn't even 20. It was probably like 10 submissions. And it was the first book submitted, last book submitted. Now, sometimes it was off because the person put in a thing, but the majority of them, I think 80% was first book, second book, and first book. Was it first, and second, and last, or first, second to last, and last? Either way, it was those books that were always being fucked up. And then we're like, oh, it's the rubber band. And he's like, what? I was like, they do it the same way they do it at fucking... Dude, they're on site. The first time I took Sean to an on-site, he almost had a heart attack. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what do you mean?
They slang those things around.
Oh, not just that. They'll leave your fucking books in a stack. They would leave it in a stack on the table and walk the fuck away. They take the money because you'd put like, your what was it fucking? I mean, it was your 100 books. Some of the Silver Age. I mean, you're giving them $600-700 cash, $1,000 in cash. So they take the cash. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they take the book and leave the cash on the table. Other times they take the cash and walk away. So, but I was used to that shit, right? So I was just like, yeah, what the fuck ever. I'm not waiting here forever. And he's like, dude, those fucking books. And I go, yeah, bro. Like They always do that shit. And I'm like, the books are insured. He's like, I don't want them insured. I want them back. And I'm like, yeah, it's a valid point too, bro. But what are you going to do? And he's like, huh? And then he saw them do the rubber band thing. That's what made me think about it years later, because I was fucking we were bullshitting about shit. And I was like, yeah, dude, remember that time? He's like, you left that? Because that lot, we came back from Baltimore that was Baltimore that year. And we came back from Baltimore. And it's, what the fuck time was it? Because we were last out. It had to be 12, 1 o'clock, because we had to go back and still check out because we were going to stay another day. But then we got it and they wanted to make the run because we didn't get back till, I just remember it was nighttime. He's calling the insurance company in the car because he went after our first stop. He went back through the grades and added up and went on to like, what was that? What's the app that does the thing? It was before Go Collect and everything else. What was, you know what I'm talking about? It doesn't give any pictures and shit. Come on,
like CLZ?
No. It was the one where you see what the last sales were. I mean, everybody uses Go Collect now, but whatever it was. So,
whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was. So he's going through it and he started adding it up. And by the time, so I mean, I fucking don't eat gas station shit. And I really have never, I don't find it appetizing. But like we were traveling with a dude who like had to stop every fucking hour and then he'd eat, you know, those fucking donuts, the mini ones that come in a fucking thing? Yeah. No, this is way before Key Collector. This is when Key Collector was trying to set up sticks. Like he was actually at the cons. That Nick would come to the cons and like try to pitch people all the time about like helping him do the Key Collector thing. It was way before that. But so the kid would eat that, and then if they had a fast food store and it was open, he'd order chicken fingers. But the motherfucker could not eat in the car, so he would sit down in the dirty ass gas stations and eat his food there. So I mean, and that's why I used to smoke grits too. So I'd fucking just be outside. Could you imagine? I'm like, this motherfucker. This is the third. So I think like probably. Because I think the trip from Baltimore driving is about 10 hours, I want to say. It took us 12. We got to call. His wife is calling him like, bro, you were supposed to be back. Yes. Because he lied to his wife too. He told his wife like, oh, don't worry about it. Because we submitted before. We were like first in line, submitted before everybody. I mean, Legs and them used to say they were, but they'd always be behind us like 20 people. But we'd always be submitting first, right? So we get all of our shit. So he hadn't been before. And he thought like, cool. He didn't tell us this. He told his wife, don't worry. As soon as because he's like, well, how does it take? I was like, well, it depends. Because we'd submit 100, but it'd be all different ranges. It'd be like modern, silver, gold, horror. And then we do that shit where we go back and forth and buy Silver Age and do that. So it would just depend. Some of those books we wouldn't get back, and that was no worry, but we'd get some of the shitty part was we were getting Silver Age back sometimes before we get the moderns back and shit. And I would just like leave the modern. So we had about 100 books there. The second day goes in, and CGC on site had really started to become, I mean, it really started to blow up that year. It was probably 3 times busier than it was the year before. And they're like, cool. I was like, hey, dude, I'm just going to go back and talk to one of the guys I know there, see what's up. So I'm like, hey, dude, he's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, he's like, oh, I got your shit. Don't worry about it. He's like, give me one. It's downstairs. I know where it is. He comes back up. He gives us like a box, and I'm like, oh shit, cool. At least we're going to get like, 20, 50, 25 maybe back. It's got like 4 books in it. He pulls them out, puts them on the table. I'm like, the fuck is this? He's like, oh, well, the rest aren't yours or somebody else's. We only got like 4. I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be forever. He had told his wife, like, at worst, this is going to take 2 days. We're going to be on our way back. Fucking Sunday, we are sitting there. It's us, the Z brothers, fuck off with our thumbs, having half of our shit like is back, and they're popping out books like every hour. We're getting 1 or 2 books back, right? And it's getting bad. Like the Z boys are getting like red labels and shit. We're getting like, and like stuff's coming back wild as shit. Getting like, hey, at one point I'm like, hey, dude, just go get this round. He gets the round and he's like, hey, asshole. I go, yeah. He goes, you did it again. I go, what? He goes, we just got a purple label. The fuck? I didn't get no purple. He's like, you count pages? I go, nope, didn't count pages. So we're getting We got a couple purple labels. Boys are getting red label. Like all types of shit's coming out. Like it's coming out shit. And then we got
12-hour drive had to be miserable.
No, it gets better. So yeah, it was miserable, but it wasn't 12 hours. It was almost like 13. So then all of a sudden, like his phone's blowing up every 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, I finally go over because he would keep, like, brother, and I hear him. He's like, yeah, I know something's screwed up. I know, I promised. Yeah, we're still not on the road yet. Yeah, I know. I was like, bro, be straight with us. He's like, oh shit, I told her we'd probably get up this morning, come grab our books and go. And like the con has been closed now for like, the con's closed. Like, not like, oh, hey, everybody, we're going to be like, no, like the vendors are pulling the fuck out. Like we're still there trying to get what we can get. And luckily we're going to get the rest. And so we get it. So it's late. It's already turning dark. We're getting out of Baltimore. We get out of Baltimore because we didn't want to stop in, around the city. We start to get out of Maryland. We stop. The guy's eating. And this time, since we're fucking around, like I'm just gritting it up. He doesn't smoke. So he's going in the back. So he starts digging through and like, all right, well, I mean, we were just so pissed at how long it was. We weren't realizing what was coming back. So he pulls up whatever it was. Damn, what the fuck was the name of the thing? He pulls it up and he's going through and he's like, shit. And then he starts going, hey, do you got pen and paper? Of course I got a notepad. So I give him a notepad pen. You go through. We get fucking an hour and a half down the road and Chicken Finger Boy goes, by the way, I'm still friends with this kid. I don't know why. I just love him to death. I fucking love this guy too. I fucking love him, but he fucking pisses me off. Chicken Finger Boy goes, oh, I gotta go pee. And I'm like, and I'm telling OG Chris, I'm like, OG, do not pull the fuck over. Oh, mind you, these motherfuckers that are driving are playing like fucking death metal the whole time too, which is not exactly what I want to be fucking listening to. So Sean's in the back trying to go like, bro, like he's like, bro, like, do you understand? I'm like, stop fucking with the books. You're gonna break a slab. Leave him alone. He's like, no. Like, stop fucking with them, right? In the meantime, you're, and then you get, hey, I gotta go pee, and I'm like, okay, fucking hold it. He's like, no, I gotta go pee bad, and OG Chris goes like, dude, we gotta pull over for him. I'm like, dude, you have little kids. We ain't pulling over for shit. Piss in the bottle. He's like, no, man, he's not pissing in my car. Pulls him over. This motherfucker goes inside. I have one grit. I'm sitting there. And Sean's like, bro, I'm going through some of this shit. Do you know what these are going for? Like, we got higher grades because he has a whole sheet of what, because he's presses. So he got a whole sheet of what he pressed and he got a whole sheet of what we were doing. But considering we were doing the other game where we were like getting books and submitting them and trying to like make sure the grades were good to flip them, we weren't looking at the shit that we had already submitted. We were looking at the other shit. So I was like, oh, okay. He's like, all the grades so far out of like the first box, besides the fucking you not knowing how to count, was at least a point to a point and a half, in most cases higher. Some were even 2.5 points higher than what we projected. I'm like, cool. Well, those are Silver Age books. So like a point or that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he's like, da-da-da. Then I'm like, where's this motherfucker? I go back in. Chicken Finger Boy's in there, like fucking feeling up the donuts and shit again. And he's getting some other fucking like Funyuns or some bullshit. And he drinks Mountain Dew too. Grown ass man. In it, he's how long ago was this? He had to be at least in his mid-30s. You're in your mid-30s, you should not be drinking fucking Mountain Dew, bro. Just flat up, shouldn't be drinking Mountain Dew.
Hey, Mountain Dew's delicious. Lay off the Mountain Dew.
JJ, you should be drinking Mountain Dew.
John's like got a Mountain Dew right there next to him.
I don't drink soda, man.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't drink pop. So, but this dude's like in there, and then he's like standing in line at a fucking fast food joint that, by the way, it doesn't really have. You ever been in a gas, like one of those gas station stop balls? It looks like the lights are on, but they ain't on, if you know what I mean. There ain't no workers. He's just standing there. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, bitch, we only drove an hour and a half. You are not hungry. We are not doing this. So sure as shit, OG gets Sean out, and then he starts to buy fucking like beef jerky and other shit. And he's like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? What are we doing here? And he's like, well, if he's gonna, I go, there's nobody there. So then after 20 minutes, This is why it took so long to get home. Then we get back in the car. So then he starts going. I was like, hey, do not be eating fucking jerky and touching shit. You don't touch food and books, right? He's like, cool to slip. I go, yeah, just don't do it. I go, it's gonna slip and you're gonna hit. But man, my grading, we're doing so good. He gets like really hyped like that, where I'm kind of always eating kill shit. Like, all right, cool. So we go for another 2 hours. Have to take another fucking bathroom break at that point. So we're taking the bathroom break, and he's like, hey, I gotta call the insurance, and I'm like, why? He's like, well, we're already at 250,000. I was like, what were we insured for? Because we overinsured, right? We insured on her speculation of what he was. He was like, we were insured for 180. And I'm like, dude, we're on our way home. What the fuck could happen? And then he goes through a list of all the things that could possibly happen. And he goes, we're not half.
I love
He goes,
this guy.
oh yeah.
Totally
I'm like,
sounds like me.
He is. This is why I love him so much. This is why I like you. Like, he goes every fucking scenario that could possibly, including
He's gonna be dead, but he still wants the books insured.
Including, yes. Yeah, oh no, 100%. Including getting robbed by gunpoint apparently at one point on the thing. And I'm looking over going, dude, we got the windows down playing death metal. Who's coming for us at this point? And we're 4 dudes. And like, Tess, I'm not a small dude, right? I'm not a dude people go looking for if they don't want to find trouble. Neither is he. He's a firefighter, dude. He ain't. And OG Chris is a dude that wears Metallica shirts his entire life and looks like he yells at you like this, even though he's the sweetest dude of all time. So like, it's not a group that you're gonna just like walk up to and be like, you're gonna rob grandma. You ain't coming to us. You're not coming to see us. So I'm like, and then the other stuff is like just ridiculous nonsense that you say, like, well, what happens if we get in a car accident and the car flips over 3 times and then the books splatter everywhere? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Aliens freaking coming down.
Yeah, all the scenarios. He had every scenario.
We're dead and we're still getting $180,000.
I'm like, dude, and then he's like, plus when we get back, the banks aren't open. We can't get the shit into the safes. I was like, I'm just gonna put it in the safes in my house. He's like, yeah, but then my safe is already full, and like, because we were moving so much. And I was like, dude, we have homeowners. And he's like, well, yeah, and then goes over the whole fucking speech. And I'm like, oh, fucking whatever, dude. Who cares? At this point, I just don't give a shit. So then dude comes back out. Because in this one, they had chicken fingers. It wasn't from a restaurant, though. It was like the ones in the warm-up heater shit things.
Was it at least Chester fried chicken?
I don't know what the fuck it was. And he came out, but he didn't eat any of them. You want to know why? Because they didn't have any ranch, and he bought it before they had any ranch, and they didn't have any ranch, and he can't eat them without fucking ranch.
Fucking ranch. Ugh.
I don't mind ranch, but yeah. So now he's trying to haul. It's damn near 11 o'clock at night. We're like 3 or 4 hours into a 10-hour trip that's now taken like 12 to 4, because we were all getting dropped off at our houses. Eventually, we just got dropped. Me and Sean, we found something. We're like, hey, dude, no. I ended up dropping off all of them, including Chicken Finger Boy, because the guy that was driving us was taking so long for it. But my car was the closest. But yeah, so like, no way we're getting back. So he brings the greasy. I snatch him out of his fucking hands, throw him in the fucking trash, tell him to get the fucking, let's go. So then we get in, we go. They're still drinking. Somehow they're drinking fucking these 24 ounce. You know the big iced teas, like the Arizona raspberry lemonade iced tea or whatever. It's like Arnold Palmer. Yeah, OG's drinking like he's on his 4th one already. We're pee breaking every hour and a fucking half. And at this point, I literally am like, I'm buying buckets at the next stop, and you guys are just pissing in buckets and throwing it out. I'm not saying I'm running out of smokes. There used to be 20 in a pack. I went through almost 2 packs on this fucking ride. I don't even smoke that much at the time. Like, I'm almost dead. So we get back. It ended up being a ton of money. But by the time we got through insurance and everything else, I mean, we had 4 hours left, and then we all passed out. And this is the funniest shit. When we started putting everything away, I was so exhausted that I gave like 15 books to one of the other guys on accident, and we had to go pick them back up in like 2 days anyhow. So But yeah, I mean, like that was crazy. That shit was. I don't know why I was telling that story, but fuck, man, it was fun.
Somehow,
I don't know.
somehow we saw
It started
25
as
people
one thing,
listening.
ended up-
I don't know.
About CGC, yeah. But that's how crazy CGC grading used to be. I mean, that's really there were.
You're lucky
It
you
was
even
fun.
got them before you left.
Well, it used to be
I remember
faster
those
than
times
that.
when they're really busy and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll fucking mail them to you."
Yeah, we would get some of those back the year after that. That's how it was. Like,
Yeah.
we were always pretty good though, because I had a good relationship with some of the people. Because when you're on the circuit that much, I remember I was on the circuit a lot back then, so you'd see him a lot. So you just ponytail guy and whatever. Chicken Finger Chad would have just been uncomfortable
Bojo's not a fan.
for the ride. He would have had to hold his that piss. He would have been hungry as fuck. He would. If I drove him to the store, dude. I'll be honest with you, bro. So the funniest shit about this is like Chicken Finger Chad. That wasn't the first time. That was his second year with us. Year one, Chicken Finger Chad went out with us. He drove. Me and OG were there. Him. Oh, I got so many stories for that, dude. That was a shit. So yeah, we're not gonna go into that.
Like 74 hours straight.
He spent more time in the fucking there's a little area where you eat food. He must have spent 85% of his time there. Just sitting in the why the fuck would you drive 10 hours to sit in the fucking cafeteria? You could have eaten chicken fingers at home, motherfucker. All right, let's get out of here. Remind me about Chicken Finger Chat some other time, Mojo. We'll talk about Chicken
Little.
I like that nickname. I'll call him that. That's funny. He's a good dude, though. He is a good dude. And he takes it well. All right. Yeah.
Got a lot of forgiveness in him.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say that yeah, whatever. All right, we'll talk about it more later. All right, see y'all later. Make sure you watch the rest of the shows here. Have a good evening. Shit, we went way over. We had a decent amount of people, though. Good job, Astro. Congratulations. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about grading in Buffalo one day. That'll be a fun one. That was short. That Buffalo grading one CGC was like, you submitted and you got it later. It was nice. All right, talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Watch all the shows this week. Later.